All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to tonight's Tuesday stream here at the Card Guys YouTube channel. And today we have a treat for you guys. We're doing 0 to 60 Mario with none other than Lucas Oswald. How are you doing today, Lucas?
I'm doing excellent. I'm always excited to play some Marionette and even more excited to watch some Card Guys stream. So
Yeah.
to be a part of it and to be the one doing the yelling is
Oh,
a
it's
special experience. I'm looking forward to it.
this stream is going to be peak yelling here because you are a marionette grandmaster and a very talented player, and I have played a grand total of one Mario game in my life, and that was with Coach Damien. Coach Damien, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good today.
Yeah. You attempted to teach me this deck, and you and Thomas were like, "Hey, Josh, it's basically Warrior. You know, you got better rate and all that." And I was like, "I tried," and I was like, "I don't understand anything."
And I was like, "Look, Orb Weaver Spinneret, it's just Blade Runner," and he still didn't get it.
Yeah,
I was very irritated.
we'll see if Lucas is going to be better at this. So, you know, Lucas, you've played many top eights. You're a calling champion. This might be your hardest task in quite a while, trying to teach a geriatric stubborn warrior player how to play Marionette. Just a little housekeeping here. So we are making our way through the 0 to 60 heroes. You know, we predicted that we would kind of struggle once we hit here, and we were correct. We failed Riptide. We failed Tekla. We were good at rolling scabs, but ultimately failed at Levias. So we got our work cut out here today. This is starting to get into the really advanced territory. If we do fail, which we probably will, we'll come back in season 2 and try again. And then we'll also add a lot of the Super Slam and Omen's heroes. All right, Lucas, I told you before we started the stream that I got a special picture for you, and here you go. This is taken at the Calling Memphis in 2025. This was the release of Hunted. This was like right on release date, so you know all the elevated card prices. There was the A and B calling. And this is a photo I took of the prize wall. And I think this...
I see.
I think this is a apt summary here of the state of things. You know,
okay.
I
see why I was going to be excited.
Yes, I was playing in the calling, and I was like, so I didn't get the chance to farm tickets. But if I did, apparently I would have gotten a 600 ticket discount. That would have been pretty sweet. I would have enjoyed that. But I thought you would get a good kick out of that. So yeah. All right, let's take a look here at your Mario deck. So you've prepared this deck for us. This is kind of post Pro Tour, so you took out the bells and all that, but we still have a BNR around the corner, so that might affect things a little bit. And then maybe the Omen's heroes are good, and so things have to change. But the Mario list has kind of looked like the same 70-ish cards for a decent amount of time. So let's break this down, and then we'll play a couple games. So how do you want to break this down? Do you want to go with the hero ability and equipment, and then kind of run through some of the cards? What is the best way to do this? Because this is a pretty complicated hero.
Yeah, I think there's 3 cards that you kind of there's 4 cards really that you have to understand if you want to understand Marionette. So we can start with the hero itself.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So obviously, the first ability, your attacks with stealth that are attacking mark hero get +1, and when this hits, it gets go again.
Mm-hmm.
So this is obviously meaning that all of your powerful disruptive effects like Mark the Black Widow, Persuasive Prognosis, Meat Madness are going to get that extra buff, get that breakpoint, as well as your Graphene Chelicera, which is one of your weapons. And then your second ability is going to be at the beginning of your end phase. If an opponent is marked, you become a random Agent of Chaos, which we could scroll down to these. These are all just a bunch of fun abilities. 5 of them are basically discard a card from your hand, get 3 value, and then do an extra thing. One of them threatens a banish from hand. One of them threatens a banish from arsenal. And then we have the miscellaneous 6th mode, which is Trapdoor, which when you roll into it lets you search for a defense reaction. And in order to mark your opponent, probably the single most important card in this deck is going to be Hunter's Clave. So you're going to start with 2 of these in play. Obviously, it is going to be a normal assassin dagger It's going to be two cost attack, go again with piercing 1.
Mm-hmm.
This one is going to mark a hero on hit. And so this is going to be our primary way of getting both of our hero abilities online, as well as some of our powerful main deck effects that care about marking our opponent. The next important card to understand with Marionette is going to be Flick Knives. This is our arms that not only has Blade Break 1, but also lets us, once per turn as an attack reaction for 0 resources, destroy a dagger that is not on the active chain link and deal 1 damage to the opponent. And this is considered to have hit with the dagger. So obviously, this means that we can flick our Hunter's Claves to, first of all, get a mark on our opponent, which triggers both of our hero abilities and is just what we kind of always want to be doing. It's a nice way to get around maybe our opponent blocking out something like a Clave. But the other reason that Flick Knives is so important is for our 4th card, which is going to be Orb-Weaver Spinneret. Yeah, right there. So this says, equip a Graphene Chelicera token, and then give your next attack with stealth this turn +3. Graphene Chelicera is going to be our 2nd weapon of choice, which, although we have to manufacture it, is arguably more important than the first. This is an attack, or this is a dagger, rather, with stealth, which means that our hero ability works on it. A lot of our pumps work on it. It has once per turn action for 1 resource attack. So this is probably something you've seen before. You know, a dagger that costs 1, attacks for 1. This is all pretty warrior stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
And then
this is the quest for Mario to get this.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, clearly not as powerful as warrior. You know, you have to do work to put the dagger in play.
That's true. We just bring our weapons to battle. That's true.
And it also has when this attacks a marked hero, it gets go again, and it'll be attacking for 2 if we are in our base form.
Right.
And so what most of go ahead.
I have a quick question. This is on attack, so if we mark them in the reaction step. Attack. So okay, so they have to be already marked for the step go again. Got it. Okay.
Yes, it is worth noting that if you are in the base Arakni form, the ability that says if your opponent is marked, your stealth attacks get go again on hit does count on the weapon.
Right.
So if you mark them in the reaction step and hit, you will get go again. But you're absolutely right that if you want that guaranteed go again, you have to mark at start.
Right. Well, luckily we have guaranteed go again right here.
Indeed, we do. We do. And then there is actually one more card that is pretty important to understanding how this deck works. That's going to be Mask of Deceit. This is a 2-block Blade Break Hat, or Arakni specialization. When it defends, you become one of the agents at random. But if the attacking hero is marked, instead you choose that agent. You'll also notice that one of the agents that we have access to is Arakni Orb-Weaver, which has the same ability as Orb-Weaver Spinneret, essentially, which is just to convert a card to 3 damage and a Chelicera. It also gives you a little 1 resource discount on that Chelicera swing for that turn. So a lot of what we want to be doing in the early game is flicking one of our Hunter's Claves, marking our opponent, and then ideally just rolling into a 3 or drawing an Orb-Weaver Spinneret and getting a Chelicera that way, although sometimes you have to manual mode it and block with your Mask of Deceit to get that Chelicera going. And then from there, we are just trying to play hyper-efficient dagger pumps, things like Cut from the Same Cloth, Savor Bloodshed, Up Sticks and Run, as well as some very powerful attack reactions, everybody's favorite Tarantula Toxin, Saints of the Red Back, things like that. All the while disrupting our opponent with things like Leave No Witness, Codex of Frailty, Mark the Black Widow. The deck ends up playing a lot like Past Assassins, where you're doing some blocking, some jockeying for position, and then some disruption. Although, unlike something like a New or a Slippy, you are also able to have these very, very powerful 20 to 25 damage turns, potentially also ending on disruption at the end of those. So this is really an aggro mid-range deck that has a really high offensive ceiling, but is also able to play some incredibly powerful defensive cards.
I see. Okay, I have a few questions. So we're using Tunic, and I see that almost everything in this deck costs 0. Now, Stains cost 1, but I mean, it can definitely cost 0. So is there sort of like a on and off type of flow to battle? Like you're waiting for Tunic to get to 3, and then you're attacking on that turn? Or is it totally fine to pitch a card to swing the Chelicera?
It's very contextual. I would say it is normally pretty okay to be pitching cards to swing your weapons.
Okay.
It is definitely not ideal to pitch a red into a full Chelicera swing.
Right.
Although, because your pumps are so powerful, you have things like Saber Bloodshed that can be a 2-for-1, Tarantula Toxin that can be worth 6 value potentially. A lot of the times it's not ideal, but it still ends up being a good play if you have to resolve your effects. Although it is definitely the most powerful turns, or it's definitely the case that the most powerful turns are going to come when you have a lot of those pumps and you get to activate your Tunic and play basically an entirely red line hand.
Okay. I have another question, because I
Yes.
obviously play Warrior. This card, basically, I feel like against Mario, when I'm playing Warrior, I'm like marked like 80% of the game. But this card is not live against a lot of heroes. So tell me a little bit about like how often people are going to be marked and just how important is being marked. That's something that's very difficult for me to kind of wrap my head around, is like, I know a lot of like defensive guardians, they try to avoid being marked as much as possible. Whereas as a warrior, I'm like, well, they're gonna play this, I'm gonna get marked, whatever. I can't do anything about it. Can you tell me a little bit about the value of mark and like what that enables, and how good is it or dangerous is it to be marked?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a few different things that are your justifications for marking people. The easiest one is just your hero ability. Getting +1 on all your stealth attacks is kind of innocuous at first, but when your stealth attacks are incredibly powerful, things like Mark the Black Widow or Meet Madness as disruptive effects, it can be a really big pain. Also, if you play most of the game with the Chelicera in play, marking your opponent is basically always going to be worth at least 1 point of value because you can get the +1 on the Chelicera. And so throughout the game, ideally, you want your opponent to be marked for as much as they can. And you're often willing to give up a little bit of value to keep that the case. It lets you convert your hands. It lets your stealth attacks threaten to get go again. And it enables basically all of your most powerful plays. Some of these are going to be obvious, like playing Saber Bloodshed or hitting with a Mark the Black Widow. But also, it can be some less innocuous things, like hitting with a Kiss of Death, getting go again because your opponent's marked, and then being able to flick the Kiss of Death on the next chain link for basically 2 free damage.
2 free damage. Okay, got it.
And so there are definitely decks that are going to try and keep us from marking them, but our game plan is obviously built to try and not let them do that.
Okay. You mentioned game plan. I have a follow-up question. So would you be able to like lump matchups into broad buckets? Is there like, okay, these are the matchups where I need to play disruptive and quick. These are matchups where I need to set up a little bit, maybe pitch stack T-Toxins or something like that. Is there like sort of like buckets of matchups, or is it just like Syndra's basically plays the same against every hero? They're just slamming their hand every turn.
Yeah, so one thing that's pretty sweet about Arakni Marionette compared to almost every other hero in the game is that you can basically play however you need to play. So, for example, if you play against Dash.io, you can play incredibly defensively and try to fatigue them. If you play against something like a pre-ban Acilio, you can be incredibly aggressive and incredibly disruptive. If you play against something like Victor, you can play a bit more of a jockeying for position style game where you're blocking when it makes sense, you're arsenaling your power cards, you're waiting for good turns to play them. I would say, in general, the game plans are defined by how many aggressive or defensive cards you're going to be bringing in from your sideboard. You'll notice that in our sideboard, we have a few different packages. We have these attack reactions and pick up the points. We have To the Point, Scar Tissue, Pick Up the Point, Codex of Inertia. These cards are obviously very easy to convert on offense. They are going to let us do some of our biggest damage. So into some of the slower decks or some of the decks that don't have as many on-hit effects, we're going to be relying on more of these effects. And then into the aggressive decks, maybe some of the warriors, some of the mechanologists, things that have more on-hits, we're going to be playing more of these defense reaction cards and potentially also some of these other silver bullet cards. Like we have Overcrowded for Codex Mirrors. We have Meet Madness for aggressive decks that are weakened to disruption. And we have various traps for the various matchups where they might be effective.
Okay, cool. All right. Let me think if I have any other questions. Take up the mantle. Now, this is a card that I'm a little bit. This seems like difficult to use. Okay, so
Yeah.
I understand the +2 part. Okay, but obviously you want to be attacking marked hero. Uh, so you can banish an attack action card with stealth, and it becomes that. Okay, so uh, are we typically becoming this,
I can take
or
this one.
okay?
There's a few different things. So
Uh-huh.
the first thing to understand with Take Up the Mantle is that in this particular list, this is a very intentional and like this is a list that we worked on for a long time.
Mhm.
So despite having an effect, it is in the deck as more of a filler glue style card that can
Okay.
serve many different roles.
Okay.
So because our Hunter's Clave costs 2,
Right.
we need some amount of cards in the deck that can pitch to it.
Mm.
And while it is
Yeah.
always ideal to be pitching a blue, you really just need to hit a certain threshold of resource cards
Yep. So
for
16
your
here.
cards to function.
Yep.
It's exactly. It's okay if we don't get to use the extra resource off of a blue. It's a little bit less okay if we have to pitch 2 cards just to resolve a pump like a Savor Bloodshed or a Cup from the Same Claw. So having some number of yellows that are also 3 blocks that can be multi-role, like can serve multiple roles is important.
Very flexible card.
And then it does exactly. And then it does different things depending on the matchup. So into aggressive decks, this is very often going to be getting backmarked the Black Widow. It's a premium disruptive card. It's basically a 2-for-1. And because of the nature of Take Up the Mantle, it's not always something that they're expecting. So it's very rare that they're going to be able to block around it. We can also get back something like Persuasive Prognosis for a similar effect. Into the slower matchups, well, especially in particular the fatigue decks, what we're going to be using Take Up the Mantle for is to combine with our blue stealth attacks to get back Kiss of Death. You'll notice we have Under the Trapdoor, Persuasive Prognosis, and a Reaper's Call. So if we have maybe some Tarantula Toxins, Stays of the Red back these style cards left in the deck, we can cobble together some powerful turns with Kiss of Death without actually requiring a Kiss of Death. And for these slow matchups, a lot of the time, that's just very important to actually be able to get over the top. Okay. Although Take Up the Mantle is also just an incredibly flexible card, not only because it can get multiple things, but it's also basically the only attack reaction in the deck that could just target a stealth attack and pump it for 0 resources. This actually came up in one of my games in Yokohama in the Calling, where I killed a Prism because he no-blocked a Under the Trapdoor thinking that I couldn't pump it with anything, and I gave a +2 with Take Up the Mantle for exact lethal. So it also serves that kind of role of just your opponent knows you could have it, and they always gotta play around it.
I see. Okay. Well, it looks like this deck is a very, very well-rounded, very, very balanced, able to adapt to situations, has answers for everything.
I don't know about balance.
Well, balanced as in it can adapt to whatever it sees in front of it. It can take the offensive or defensive role, which is, very reminiscent of mid-range warrior. But this definitely looks like a big step up from that. So, is there any other things that we need to talk about? Maybe like black text. Is this what is this for? I see we have the other boots as well.
If you just yeah. So Black Tech and Stalker Steps are pretty similar. Obviously, they're both basically just boots that can give go again. Black Tech requires you to hit and also has Battle Worn and can sometimes also be rebought. It does happen. Whereas the Stalker Steps is unconditional and has AB. So in basically any matchup where we want Arcane Barrier, or if we think that the sidestep, quote unquote, effect is going to be very powerful, we're going to be wanting to play the Stalker Steps. So, for example, if we start our turn with a Kiss of Death, maybe we have 3 cards in our hand. Our opponent's scared that we're going to play a million attack reactions. They block their whole hand. We can just pop Stalker Steps and then play the rest of our cards afterwards. And then for the more aggressive matchups where we're going to have to block Boom Grenades or Mask of Momentum triggers or Leave No Witness, and then maybe they have fewer defense reactions to punish the on-hit nature of this go again, we're going to be playing the Black Tech.
Okay. Sure, that sounds good. All right, if you guys in chat have any questions for Lucas, feel free to leave them. One of the questions was, do you run Schism of Chaos? This seems like a, a pretty cool card. It says
Yeah,
draw a card,
so
which is pretty good.
it can say draw a card. It definitely can. So this is a card that is it's obviously quite high variance, where you give your opponent a card sometimes. Sometimes you don't have a card. In theory, there are situations where you could give your opponent a card and not give yourself a card.
Yep.
Mostly what we're playing this for is the slower decks, where particularly it's for Victor. And if there are other fatigue style guardians in the meta.
Okay.
It does a few different things. First of all, it lets you play 5-card hands without setting up. One common thing against Victor is that it's very important to be able to play some proactive hands back to back, but you can't always do that. You need to set up sometimes. This lets you play 5-card hands turn over turn.
Okay.
Also, some of these slower guardians have a lot of poopy blues. They have block cards.
Yep.
If you schism a block card into their arsenal and they're not playing Chronic Providence, that's going to win you the game.
Yep.
And then Damien also introduced me to the second ability of this card, which has only ever come up in games against Damien. But if you're playing against a Fatigue Guardian and you are trying to pitch stack your attack reactions,
right?
If your opponent is a very astute Fatigue player, they are able to use their eyeballs and see where your attack reactions are. And this card sprays pepper spray in their eyeballs and makes them guess where your attack reactions are. So this could be a powerful effect as well.
Yep. They also like to counter pitch, staunch responses and stuff. So makes sense.
Exactly.
This is kind of like a little bit of a tangent. There's a quote that Alan Lau said many years ago, and I kind of stuck with me. It says, "How do you know a hero is a good hero? Is when you can play E-Strike and choose draw a card and not be scared." Basically, with Schism, if you put almost anything into your arsenal, you're like, sweet, why not? We'll take it, because your deck is heavily red. So
indeed.
So that this seems like a very, very powerful card.
And another thing that we did not mention when we talked about Take Up the Mantle earlier is that it also sometimes lets you get out of situations where you schism into a poopy stealth card, but also you have some ponder effects. So there are some situations where you're allowed to arsenal something like an Under the Trapdoor because you have that card in the deck.
Okay. We have a Death Touch. So I remember vaguely that this was, one of the strongest plays was using Tunic to pay for this. Is that basically how we're going to be using this? Just as a Codex Tunic combo?
Yeah. You don't always have to Tunic for it. If it lines up that way, obviously it's great. It's just it's the best Codex target, basically.
Got it.
Into the aggressive matchups, Leave No Witness is still excellent. CNC is also in the deck and is often reasonable. And due to the nature of this deck, you are also often getting back something like Kiss of Death or Mark the Black Widow so that you can actually convert your pumps.
Okay.
But in terms of just like value on a card that your Codex is going to get back, the Death Touch is the best one. Also, we are not the only people who are allowed to play Overcrowded. And if all of your Codex targets are Arsenal Disruption, then Overcrowded can be kind of a pain. And so Death Touch says, you have to actually respect my codexes when I play them. There's still an on-hit. You have to give me an extra card or an extra armor or something like that.
Okay.
So we're basically playing it into all the matchups that are slow, where we feel like we have time to resolve it.
Got it. Okay. I guess one final question is, we're currently at 50 main deck cards. How often are we playing a clean 60? And how often are we boarding up, closer to maybe 70?
Yeah, so we're going to play clean 60 into almost everything.
Okay.
One nice thing about this deck is that your very evasive attack reactions are really hard to block. Flick Knives does a lot of damage over the course of the game, and you just have a lot of tricky sequencing stuff that can get chip damage. So people who aren't playing like a dedicated fatigue strategy have a really hard time punishing you for playing 60 cards. And honestly, even if they are, a lot of the time 60 cards is still going to be good.
Yep.
The only matchups where I board heavily above 60, there might be a few random ones that I'm not thinking of, but it's mostly Victor is a big one where I play a lot of cards. Basically, because you want to do a lot of blocking. Even if they're not playing the Fatigue Victor deck, sometimes it can be relevant that you just need to block for a lot of the game, and you still need just a few extra cards to get over the finish line. It also disperses your power cards a little bit, so you're drawing fewer hands that are like Savor plus T-Tox plus Kiss of Death, which can be quite problematic if your opponent's throwing a Spinal Crush at you for 13 or whatever it is.
Okay.
And then maybe Gravy as well, but we'll talk about that later.
Sure. We'll run through them. There is a question from chat. They're saying, with the new Assassin expansion slot coming with Omens, do you feel it'll be replacing some of the blues in the deck? What is the name of this this card? I don't know what
it's Unmake the Underlings.
Unmake. Okay. Let's see. What is this? A 0-cost blue, 1 power, 3 block stealth. When this attacks a hero, turn an ally in the graveyard face down. Oh my goodness, you just get, gravekeeping on a stick. Oh, and there's more. Oh, if it hits an ally. Okay, so you have the modal, like you could go after the hero or go after the ally. Okay. Okay, so you could kill Whaler with, what is that? Poisonous from Hearthstone?
Yeah.
Something like that. What is enough?
Yeah, it's like Death Touch.
Yeah,
Death Touch the keyword, not Death Touch the card.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a powerful card. It's very good against Gravy. Killing Chum off of 1 card is really powerful. It also pairs incredibly well with Take Up the Mantle, because you can get the attack trigger, turn like a Chum or a Sawbones face down, and then mantle into like a real attack afterwards. I think its place in the deck is just going to depend on how much Gravy you expect and how much you think you need this kind of effect for Gravy. Also, your strategy. If you're doing like a fatigue plan into Gravy, this card is incredibly powerful, right? It's a way to just get rid of something like a Whaler without even having to worry about it, and it's something that lets you block a lot more cards and still be able to clear a board. So it's a powerful effect for that matchup for sure.
Yep. Also, you can clear the Kasai dudes. Speaking of Kasai, that'll be coming up soon. So we do have a metric that we like to use here. Is if a card is a majestic with the hero on it, it's probably a pretty good card. So that's this appears to be Arakni in the art, and it's that majestic. So probably a pretty good card. Somebody asks, is the Mario the deck to beat going into this new format? Mario has been at the top of the metagame for quite a while. And Ocilio is going to change quite a bit. I guess they kind of depend on Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday's pretty big. I would say that Victor and Mario together are definitely the decks to beat. If there were no changes on Thursday, I would say those are definitely the decks that you have to watch out for.
I am actually leaning towards them not making any changes. Now, I know Mario is considered very, very strong and not balanced, as you put it. But I don't think Mario didn't do anything when Lexi was running around in her form. So, I mean, Mario is very, very good, but hasn't been winning everything. So I think they might just let him go. But if they do, touch a couple things. So. I mean, as a Fang player, I'm like, if you ban one of these cards, I'm going to be very, very sad it's Fang. Although, to be fair, I can't use this card anywhere near as well as you do. David did mention something before the stream. He's like, Savor Bloodshed's stronger than T-Tox. And, what do you think about that? This is like one of the strongest cards of the whole deck, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. They banned tomes, and then they just made like the best tome that they've ever made, like 3 sets later. Like,
oh boy,
it's actually crazy. It's just like this ravenous rabble that draws a card and blocks 3, like completely heinous card. I definitely Go ahead.
I was gonna say when you look at Cut from the Same Cloth, Savor Bloodshed, and Up 6 and Run, this is 4 go again. Like this is with upside, so it's like, okay. Like
Yes.
Scar for Scar, Ravenous Rabble had conditions, and sometimes they weren't coming in at the full power, and they didn't have any upside. And this is like, okay, upside, upside, upside. This even blocks for 3. Like I don't know.
Yep.
These things seem really, 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 really strong. Okay, well, all right, enough complaining about that. We'll see on Thursday what things do. But at the core, I mean, they wouldn't like completely, like, they nuked Acilio. I don't think they can nuke Mario. Like, the fundamentals of the deck is still very strong. Like, you remove a card, okay, it knocks him down a peg, but it's still like, you know, still gonna be
Yeah.
the same hero at his core. The redundancy is one of the great things about the hero. Okay, one final question before we begin playing a couple games. Are there any common pitfalls or mistakes you see newer Mario players fall into that maybe you can warn me about before I make those mistakes?
Yeah, so we only have so much time, so I'll try and keep it brief.
Yeah.
I could probably get us through a whole stream.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of mistakes, guys. Don't worry. From my end.
Yeah. I would say you have a lot of cards in this deck that you can do a thing with. So you can play them, and they do a thing. They attack, they pump, whatever it is.
Yep.
They almost all have 2 effects.
Okay.
Not almost all. A lot of cards in the deck have 2 effects.
Yep.
So when you are considering how to play your turn, just keep in mind that your cards can do multiple things, and that you have an arsenal zone where you can put cards if they are only doing one of those things. So, for example,
okay,
cards like Up Sticks and Run is a card that I've very commonly seen misplayed with, where people will just play it when they draw it, and then they won't get the retrieve effect. They'll just get the +4. And that's fine. You're going to use it a lot of the time. I would say, in reality, that's its most common mode, is just +4. But it does have another very powerful effect that lets you essentially mark your opponent for free if you can end the last chain link with an attack that your opponent's incentivized to block. So maybe if you're going to end your chain link with something like a Leave No Witness or a Mark the Black Widow that your opponent is probably going to block out, you can hold your up sticks and flick, get your opponent marked, and then set the up sticks. You have very little downside. You're going to be able to retrieve your dagger, and you can trigger not only your hero ability to flip, but you can also enable all of your mark effects. And the same goes for Saber Bloodshed, or Weaver Spinneret, Cut from the Same Cloth, even things like Pain in the Backside, Stains the Red Back. A lot of the cards in the deck are going to be similar, where they do multiple potentially powerful things, and so just keeping in mind that you can use the multiple effects at a later time for additional value is important. Mario is a deck that, although it's very powerful, you're often winning by relatively close margins. Your strength is your ability to close and your ability to play powerful small hands. So it's okay to do a bit of blocking and to do a bit of setting up. You just want to make sure that you're maximizing the 1 or 2 points of value here and there, because that's actually how you're going to be winning.
Okay, that sounds a lot like some of the fundamentals of Warriors. Like, you often win by just a couple points. You often have the ability to steal games at the very end with attack reactions, and blocking is an important part of fundamentals. So, all right, let's play a couple games. So, how we like to do things here at 0 to 60, we like to start off with a favored matchup, then go to a kind of 50-50 matchup, and then move into an unfavored matchup. And well, Lucas, you decided for the favored matchup we're going to play against Kasai. Now, obviously, I had a long talk with Jake, and he apparently thinks it's very Kasai favorite. So I don't know. Maybe this is one of those 80-80 matchups, Lucas. I don't know.
I think that the strategy that Jake employs is powerful, and I definitely think that there is a lot of play from both sides. I would say that I think on average Mario is ahead. Definitely if Mario playing into some Kasai player at a tournament, I'm gonna feel pretty good. But also, I couldn't pass up the opportunity to have play against. I want to see the look on your eye on the stream when you beat Kasai with the assassin.
Yep, this will be a good game. All right, so we got Coach Damien playing against us, so we have a competent opponent. So let's go into this. Okay, so I guess the first thing is to talk about the boots. Normally, I don't know if this one block is going to come up that often because a lot of their stuff comes in at kind of weird break points. I'm not sure, like how much blocking are we going to be doing in this matchup? Let me start with that.
Yeah, so the way that Kasai can really like snowball the value of the game is by hitting with her hitting and making gold and copper.
Yep.
So I actually do like doing a fair amount of blocking in this matchup. This is one of the few matchups where I'm actually not sure which boots are better. I normally play Black Tech Whisperers. But Stalker Steps are also incredibly powerful. She has a deck that plays a lot of armor and she does a lot of blocking. And so that sidestep can be really strong. She also has a reasonable amount of defense reactions to punish the on-hit go again of the Black Tech. But I think overall it normally ends up being okay to play the Black Tech just because the value on like a Spoils of War turn or Kasai activation into like a swing for 4 rather can be powerful. But honestly, I think either are defensible, and it depends on your playstyle. I would say, honestly, because this is 0 to 60, I would play the Stalker Steps.
Okay. Yeah, this seems a bit more advanced. Plus, this is on-hit go again. Those are always very, very tricky. Yeah. This is just you get it, and you can plan your turn out a little bit more. So we'll stick with that. All right, and I guess D-Reacts. I mean, most of these are going to be pretty good. Frailty Trap is primo against all warriors.
Yeah, so I would just play all the traps, actually. I think all the traps are really good in this matchup. They're all very easy to trigger on almost every turn. Like, if you think about the normal play pattern of swing weapon, Blade Runner, swing weapon, that's go again and higher than its base right there. This is also a matchup where sometimes it can go to fatigue. So this is actually one of the few matchups that I'm okay going a little bit over 60 on. Which also makes the sideboarding a little bit weird. Kasai is one of the matchups where you have a bit of problem where like all of your cards are good. So you have to decide which cards to play.
I see.
Some of the cards that stand out, Codex of Inertia is really quite impactful in this matchup. It can be really good to kind of brick her arsenal in some spots, and also keeping her off of 5-card hands is very powerful. This is also a matchup where it can, like I said, sometimes go to fatigue. So I like playing one, pick up a point, just as a potential Codex target in the end game. If you have one of these in your deck and it's in the graveyard, it means it's a lot easier to aggressively flick your last Hunter's Clave because you have pitch cards that can basically retrieve. I would also play the Death Touch because Frailty Token equals OP against Warrior. I'm sure.
I'm very familiar with this. It also turns off Unsheathed, which is kind of crazy.
And then I also, this is just the way that I normally do this. I like getting a little bit tricky with the attack reactions. So I like playing like a 2-2 split of To the Point and Scar Tissue. If I'm being honest, in tournament, a lot of the time it's just like a game time decision of I just play whatever kind of feels right. Now, if we scroll up a little bit as well, this is one of the few matchups where I actually trim the Mark of the Black Widows as well as the Command and Conquerors. So I trim down to 1 Command and Conquer, and then I trim down to 1 Mark of the Black Widow. The reason for the Command and Conquer is pretty simple. Kasai has a lot of armor, and she also obviously is playing Centauri Saber. PNC is kind of a medium card in the deck. It's a Codex target, it's a disruptive piece, and it's a 3-block. But in this matchup, it's not really our best Codex target. It's not great disruption, and it doesn't actually block 3. So I'm not as excited to play it. And then the Mark of the Black Widow is an effect that is pretty face up most of the time. And Kasai also often plays Take It on the Chin. And because it is a slower matchup where our opponent has a lot of defense reactions and they can be pretty defensive,
Mhm.
we don't want to be aggressively flicking our second Hunter's Clave.
Okay.
And it's just a card that can get
Mhm.
blown out in certain situations.
Right.
So although it's not an unplayable card, I think it is on average worse than most of the other cards we have.
Okay. All right. Looks like we're loading at 63. Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah. I will say some things to note, right? We do have a bit of anti-synergy, right? Codex of Inertia plus all the defense reactions is not always ideal.
Mhm.
Although I think in this case it evens out a little bit because the Codex is normally not a brick card. I'm actually okay blocking it on like a Centauri Saber for 2 if it has to come to that in some case.
Sure.
So,
all right. Let's
ship
get going and let's see what we can do.
Looks like we're going to be going second as well, which I think is probably what I would choose if I had the choice. It's close. Going first is nice. It lets you set up, lets you kind of guarantee that Orb Weaver on a lot of turns, but going second's good. You get to attack first and get the tempo.
Okay, so Kasai. Okay, I just tabbed in. I'm looking over here. All right, so Kasai just Arsenal passed. They're loading out with Crown of Dominion, which is fairly standard. Okay, we have a Deer React that's probably going to end up in our arsenal. We have no targets for Codex, so this seems a little odd. I guess we're just going to start with swinging the dagger and kind of going from there. I don't think we're going to be able to use Codex yet, so we'll just pitch the Codex. Maybe play up sticks and then swing
makes sense.
like that.
Yeah, I think it's defensible to there's just like a universe where it's actually defensible to play the Codex.
Oh, just for the frailty and ponder.
Just for the frailty. One nice thing is that we actually don't have to make the decision yet. We could just play the up sticks, pitch the Take Up the Mantle, and swing the Clave.
Okay.
And then depending on how our opponent blocks this, we can go from there.
Okay, cool. All right, let's do that. Looks like they're going to block for 6.
Yeah. So now that they've done that, I'm pretty happy just pitching the Codex away and swinging the second Clave, I think.
Okay, so we do need to flick them sometime during this turn, right? That's important to open up one of these. Okay. All right.
Indeed. Yeah, you always want to flick to open up for the Orb Weaver. One common mistake I see though is some people take this a bit too far, and they do this. They do this even if their opponent's not going to be marked at the end of the turn. Right. So it's important to make sure that they will be marked at the end of the turn if you flick. So in this case, it is safe to flick.
Okay, and so he is going to get marked by Hunter's Clave, but we still want to open up the slot. Okay, so we're gonna flick either way.
Indeed.
Okay,
yes.
Okay.
Nice. No shelter. Sweet.
Okay.
Now we skillfully roll 3.
Well, in last week's 0 to 60, we were rolling a lot of 5s and 6s. So let's see what we get. Does pitch deck matter in this matchup? Potentially, right?
You're fine.
Okay.
It, the order of those cards doesn't matter. You're fine.
We rolled a 5, so we have this. Right.
Okay. We still skillfully drew exactly what we wanted to draw.
Oh yes, we drew the Orb Weaver. Okay. All right. So I'm trying to think about our turn here. So our Tunic won't be up, so we're probably gonna have to pitch one of these cards.
Well, it depends.
Yeah. This hero is a little bit hard for me to conceptually get my head around. Can you run me through like your thought process on things?
Yes. So the first thing I'm seeing is that, like you said, we don't have our Tunic, we don't have a blue, so we're not going to be efficiently able to like swing both of our daggers. But we do have a Kiss of Death, which is basically like pitching a blue to a dagger. It's just better because it's an attack. So we're going to be able to. The only real problem that can happen if you can't pitch to your stuff is that you can't play your pumps. But because you have Kiss of Death, you can play all of your pumps. So with this hand, I would definitely be looking to play the Orb Weaver and swing the Kiss of Death. Okay. Past that, I'm very willing to react to what my opponent does.
Okay.
So obviously, the Leave No Witness and the Codex of Inertia are both pretty reasonable cards to arsenal. And because you are Arakni Tarantula, you can basically always use the Forge card,
flexibility,
whichever
here.
one you want to arsenal. You can make that decision a little bit later.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like you mentioned earlier, we can basically just block with this Lair of the Spider whenever it makes the most sense.
Okay. So we're actually getting an extra value if we if the Kiss of Death hits because we are Tarantula because we're Arakni Tarantula. Okay, so heavily incentivized to keep at least 3 of the cards so we can activate this. So I guess maybe not blocking this. Maybe we can block a Bloodfall's Blade or something. So I guess we'll say no blocks here. See what we can do. All right, it is Blade Runner. Okay, so sure, doesn't matter that much. Okay, so I think maybe just block with these 2. How badly do we want to on the second chain link? How badly do we want to end with an arsenal? Like,
so I would say since Kasai has basically no arsenal disruption, unless our card converts to 3, or rather, sorry, unless our card converts better on defense than it would on offense, it's probably better to arsenal.
Okay, so
we're also, we also have a play that we can make this turn that might not be initially obvious, but is actually probably pretty good. Yeah, so one thing we can do here is we can actually use our Stalker Steps on this turn.
Okay.
And we can use the Go again to play the Leave No Witness. And then we can flick the Kiss of Death that is on the first chain. And that will actually trigger the Arakni Tarantula an extra time as well. So our Flick Knives is going to get basically 3 value.
Okay.
And it will let us play the Leave No Witness on this turn after swinging the Kiss of Death.
Okay. So just block
I would
with
probably
the
just block with the Lair here.
Okay, and then kind of go from there. Yeah. Okay, interesting. So how
and then you get to be a warrior.
Yeah. How aggressively do we want to use Stalker Steps? Like as a Dorinthia player, I like to hold my bolters just to make them sweat a bit. But here you're like, okay, you can get 3 value out of it. Might as well get it.
Yeah, so there's definitely some aspect of you want to hold it up at least somewhat to like potentially be able to fake your opponent out. One nice thing about this hand though is that it's kind of like playing a warrior. We don't actually have to make that decision yet.
Yep.
Like we can just play the Kiss of Death and then say, what are you gonna do about
it? Deal with this.
Okay. Like if they just don't block, like whatever, I'll just pump it and pass. Right. If you block with your Dynamo and a card from hand, maybe I'll Stalker Steps and pressure you and get the extra value out of the Tarantula.
Okay. So at the end of the turn, we're going to end with Codex in Arsenal, and then we'll have to figure out how to get it out of there. Or we could discard it to this.
We can also discard it to Tarantula if we want here. Yeah. So we can get 4 value out of it, or we can Arsenal it. I would say here I would probably discard it to Tarantula. And then I would probably just pop the boots. This is definitely a bit of an aggressive play, but this is a matchup where I think in general you want the game to go quicker rather than longer. It's slightly to your advantage. So I think this is a solid play.
Playing from the other side, I always felt like you wanted the game to go like 8 to 12 turns as Kasai, and the games I was losing with Kasai were games that were just much quicker. So, all right, Leave No going to be.
Yeah, you don't want to give her time to raise an army or anything like that for sure.
Okay. Yep. Get a bit of the armor block. Oh, sorry. I forgot. I skipped reactions. That's too bad. That's not right. Yep. Gotta remember we have the Kiss of Death here. So this will actually deal 2 damage. 3. Oh, they lose 1. They lose 1, and then Flick deals 1. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Deal 3 seems pretty good.
Woo. Yeah. So if we look at our 4 cards here, right? We swung for 6, and we pumped it to 9. We made it 10, and then we swung for 4, so that's 14, and then the Flick gave us 3 extra damage. Those 4 cards, we did 17 damage, and ended on a leave no witness.
That seems like good math to me. All right, so Tunic is going to be up, so we can swing the Chelicera. We got we got good cards. They are not marked right now, so
Yes.
that is an issue, correct?
So one thing is that
Uh-huh.
so we can definitely be patient with our Tunic. Our Tunic is often more practically it's more of a bailout than something we have to do.
Because we have
the other thing is that the other thing is that the Clave is actually like really hard to block. I often compare it to Searing Emberblade, where if your opponent wants to give a whole card to it, that's fine. If they want to give 2 armor to it, that's also fine. So I think here it's pretty clean, just no blocks. Start on Clave and say, you figure it out.
Yeah, I was thinking about, we have to flick to mark them. Well, I mean, this we can also just push this forward onto the combat chain. All right, so
that is your main way of marking, for sure.
Okay, so the main way of marking is just by pushing it forward. So, I mean, Nourishing Hitting means the Kasai's a little bit more incentivized to block this turn, so they might throw a card in front of it. We'll see. Do we...
Nope.
We don't play this yet, right? Okay. Yeah. We hide we hide the information.
So,
and the nice thing is that we can
so
also
the Clave is only
Yes.
Yeah. So Clave is only really Searing Emberblade when it comes in for 1. If it's for 5 or 6, it's a lot easier to block.
Right. They're heavily incentivized to block it. I got you.
Exactly. So like I always want to be finding spots to swing Claves for 1 and end with my opponent marked and stuff like that.
That is something I also learned while playing Fang, is that if you just push it for 1, oftentimes they go, but if you push it for like 5, they're like, okay, I'm more happy to block it for 6. All right, so now we can play this out and kind of go from there.
That's a good
one. This seems pretty good.
So so you played 0 for 4 go again, and you're threatening an on hit.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we should play this and then arsenal this, because we're not getting full value out of this, right?
So we're gonna draw a card. So this is always an interesting spot. This is one thing that's very important. This is a very important thing to remember for people who are playing Mario in a real tournament.
Right.
When you make this play, you should know what you're gonna do before your opponent does it, because how fast you play or don't play your cards is going to tell your opponent things.
Yes. That is exactly how things are with Warrior 2. We really are cut from the same cloth, Lucas.
Indeed. Yeah. So, for example, if we just play the Incision here and just pass in like 2 microseconds, our Kasai opponent is pretty likely to have a D-React and then let us get extra value. If we stew on it for a while and they have like 1 D-React and 5 cards that they can convert, we maybe end up looking silly. I would say here, I would just lean into just play the card, because you're getting 4 value out of it. You're targeting the Dynamo. Yeah, you are potentially losing 2 value if either you draw a card that you can play on this turn, or if your opponent has Defense React. But I think it's fine to just play your cards out here. Just because you're able to get the 4 value.
All right, so maybe we can... One time. What are we looking for? Is the question.
Codex would be great.
Oh yeah, Codex would be the best one. Okay, so this is just going into Arsenal. Okay, sure.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so here are 4 cards. We did 1 damage, and then we did 11 damage, basically 12, because we negated the Dynamo value, and then we're arsenaling a card, right? So we did 12 damage and arsenaled off of 4 cards.
That's some insane value. Okay. So now that we have this, are we incentivized to flick the one we have already? Or are we incentivized to flick
it's important. Yeah, so it's important to remember that Ripple Away is a card that some people include in their decks. And that card does negate the part of Orb Weaver that makes the Chelicera. But Kasai does not always play that card. And so there are definitely spots where, if it's free, we are going to be looking to do the play you're describing.
Okay, cool. All right. So this is a potentially big turn from them.
This big dagger, yeah.
Of note, they pitched a sigil to play spoil so that they don't have a blue. Okay,
Yep.
so this is 8 into 3 plus into 5, so 13 there. Okay, so let's look at our
and then
hand.
we also, we also know that the card in his arsenal is a pump, almost certainly.
Yeah, because he had several chances to use a defensive card for good value. Okay, so I'm starting to think like it's a little abnormal for us to have our helmet at this point, right? Are we?
So actually, it's lit. So
Good.
the best use of your helmet in basically every matchup is to flip into trapdoor. Because it just turns your helmet into like a 5 to 6 block.
Yep.
The problem is a lot of the times you have to use it to get your Chelicera. So here we're actually very excited that we don't have to. We haven't had to use it.
Yep. You know, as a Dory player, nothing hurts more than them blocking with mask going to get frailty trap, and you're like, oh, so you block for 6, no reprise. Well, okay, yep, that's wonderful.
Yep.
Okay, so let's think about our turn a little bit. So we got 2 blues, but this one could be used potentially to get this back. Okay.
We're definitely doing that.
Are we blocking this turn? This is a Spoils of War turn that's generally very threatening.
Yeah, so I would like to block this turn. Unfortunately,
these are 2 blocks.
It's kind of hard because we know that our opponent probably has a reaction somewhere.
Yep.
It's Kasai.
Yeah.
How many reactions do they actually play?
It's
Blade Flurry. That's the one that I'm thinking.
Well,
and then
this is Jake's deck, so I know it very intimately. But
sure.
I had like a whole 3-hour interview with him. But it's always Blade Flurry, and then sometimes they play Iron Song Response and In the Swing.
Or In the Swing, yeah.
But that can only be played on the same.
I would say that. I would say that it feels like it's very possible that we're not going to be able to block out this turn.
Yep.
And in order to try and block the on hit, we'd have to block with at least the up sticks for 2 instead of attacking for 4.
Yep.
Basically, we're just hoping that can convert to, like we're hoping that the 2 damage is worth blocking the copper. I would say it's probably cleaner to just block with or to keep the up sticks rather.
Yeah, I think keeping most of this hand, and so the second attack will come in for 5, potentially 7 if this is Blade Flurry, and 7 is a little bit more manageable than 10. So maybe we just see what happens. One important
thing though. Yeah, so I would probably still discard the trapdoor on the first attack, just because getting the mark is worth the extra value because it gives our Chelicera go again.
Oh yes, there is a alternate mode here. Oh yes.
Yes.
Oh, did I do that wrong? Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
No.
So I would probably just.
Sorry, I have to.
Yeah, I would probably just no block.
Yeah. So we have to discard it.
Yeah, I would just no block and then.
Okay.
Well, we don't have to do it yet. We can make him play his attack.
Oh yeah.
First.
Oh yeah. My bad. I dragged it during the defense step. My bad. Okay. Yeah. Okay, no blocks. There's the Blade Flurry from hand.
All right. It is a Blade Flurry.
All right.
Yeah, so now we know the second attack is going to be for 7.
Yep.
Which we could maybe try and block out, but we're blocking 3 cards on 7 to try and block 2 copper. I would just discard the trapdoor here, get the value, be a bit sad.
All right, you are marked, Kasai.
If we had a frailty trap here, it'd be lit.
That would be lit.
This is still quite good.
Okay, so our turn is attacking with this and then flicking it and then re-equipping.
So here, so I'll we have a few different ways we can sequence this turn. We actually have a lot of ways we can sequence this turn.
Yeah, I was like, hold on, there's like a bunch of ways.
Yeah. I'm gonna show you the Mario Master way, but first we give our hat.
Okay, so why are we giving our hat? Because we don't want to be this form. We want to be
the actual. So the actual best possible mode for Mask of Deceit is search Inertia Trap, trigger Inertia Trap, and get their arsenal.
Okay.
Because then your Mask of Deceit is worth 5 and also a card.
Right,
so even though it's not technically guaranteed here,
mm-hmm.
unless it's exactly in the swing, this play is basically 8 value off of our hat. 7 maybe if you want to argue that we're losing a value from not being Marionette anymore. And obviously, worst case, he has a reaction. We're still getting 5 value out of our hat on a turn that it's pretty clean to do so. Mm-hmm. So we're pretty happy with this play.
Yep. And yep, goodbye to the arsenal.
Yep.
It's pretty good. It's a lot of value.
Yeah. And so one thing that we want to keep in mind with Mario is that particularly in matchups where it is hard to mark them, we really want to make plays where we can end with them marked. So what I actually want to do here is I want to start off with one or both of the pumps, and then Tunic and swing Chelicera.
One or both of
For the life of me, I do not understand why a lot of people do not play the third card in our hand. But it is an excellent card in combination with the second card in our hand, for the reason I was just mentioning.
Okay.
Because we can end with them marked. Okay. So I would probably play both pumps here just to be safe, just because there's a chance that he doesn't block.
Okay,
and then we can arsenal card 3.
So here's where me being a very inexperienced Mario player is kind of tripping me up. So I'm reading these cards. I'm like, well, I'm not getting the bonus of retrieving. I'm not getting the bonus of equipping a Chelicera. I'm just playing these for 2 card 7. But that's
So
I'm getting kind of hung up on
Chelicera. Yeah, so the Chelicera is going to be, it's basically 1 extra value if you can navigate it that way. So one way we could play this turn is we could play the Pain in the Backside first, and then we could flick the Chelicera, and then play the Orb Weaver Spinneret, and swing the Chelicera afterwards. The problem with that play is our opponent will never end marked. And if our opponent does not end marked, then a lot of our future effects are weaker. This does get a little bit less true as the game goes on and as life totals get shorter, because you are a little bit more able to flick your last clave without huge repercussions.
So these 2 cards together is what basically guarantees them ending marked. Okay. I see.
Yes.
So
exactly.
It's turn 4 and they've been marked like every turn. This is exactly the experience I feel all the time as a warrior. I'm like, I'm permanently marked. What's going on?
Yeah, and interestingly, almost every turn we've actually had ways to play the turn differently. Like, we have it's been the case where basically none of the time do they actually have to end marked. But we are sequencing in ways where we're trying to do that.
Right. So we could just pass here and see what's up.
Yep.
All right. Choose a dagger to poke with. I see. So we will end with them being marked. Okay, cool. And then, I mean,
so
this is pretty good.
Yep. We can like in theory pitch it to the clave, but they're at 6. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
So yeah, here we used 3 cards. We swung for 8 go again, and then for 4. So another 3 card 12.
Right.
And our hand is
completely
stone cold broken. So
okay, let me see if I can figure out why this is broken. Yeah. So we'll attack with this, and I'll have go again.
All right, so you've already missed something. Well,
okay,
we can make it. Yeah.
So
there's a lot going on with this hand. Take your time, read the cards.
Okay.
Tell me what you think.
So I guess the main part is that they are marked. So that is that is very, very, very important.
Yes.
Oh, this is on hit go again. This is not guaranteed go again. Okay. Oh, these. Oh yeah, these 2 go together. Yes. I remember now.
Yes.
Okay, so these 2 go together, and then we can end on this. So how do we use this?
And then, so
this gives go again.
Yeah. So that's kind of like a safety net in this hand. We could totally block with it if we need to.
No, they're
I would
not
say
presenting
that
lethal.
because there's such a low life total,
Yeah.
we just want to go crazy. So
Okay.
I would say here, yeah, this is the point where I look at this hand, I do the math, I say, okay, is this bill more than my bank account? And
Nope.
if the answer is no, then
It is not.
you just send it to me.
This is the exact feeling I've been in many times of like presenting a good turn, and they're like, no on hit. All right, sure, I'll go to 8. Have your copper, sure. You have a bajillion
Well, I mean,
copper and a
here
gold.
he does have his on hits.
Yeah, he does.
Right?
Yeah,
He said, here's 4 copper and a gold.
Yeah.
And we said, okay,
okay,
I'll just kill you.
All right, so I guess we lead with this. So we have this as well.
Yep.
So whenever I see a blue, I'm like, oh, I can pay for my weapons, but like, this is the weapon.
Yeah, I mean, this game's been a great showcase of one of the reasons Mario is so strong is that his blues are actually really powerful.
Yeah.
Like, the blue that we have in Arsenal is potentially super strong. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so they block 9.
That is not enough to get over the T-Tox.
Yep. All right.
But also, well, hold on. We could, yeah. I think you just play it. I think you keep it simple. If we had like maybe if the card in our arsenal and hand were switched, you could just sidestep with the stains. But there's not really a reason to here.
Okay, so
yeah, here this is we can let this.
This is deal 1 and then deal another 1 on hit. Go again. So we can pass.
Yep. So he basically has to block this with a D-react at this point.
Yep.
Otherwise, he's basically dead. Because Flick Knives and Kiss of Death are very powerful together.
Yeah. Okay. Looks like he is now at 10.
Yep.
Which makes this
And now...
Oh, this just is going.
Yeah,
this is... Oh my god. This is Glint and an Iron Star response put together? What?
Yes.
Oh, this is 2 mode...
Glint and Iron Song response.
This is 2 mode Beat of the Iron Song. Okay.
Yep.
So we can just do this and then follow up with this. And then,
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh,
and then we have that, and he's dead.
This is the exact situation that Warrior often gets into. It's like, yeah, no matter how you block, you die.
Yep. Well, that's, you think about this hand, like, this hand, there's a million different ways to play it, but our opponent can never actually
block correctly.
Like he can do whatever he wants. He's just dead. And this is also lethal because we're gonna flick the Kiss of Death, so he's actually just dead. Oh, he's actually just dead. Yeah. And then shred for lethal.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I shouldn't be forgetting my reactions. Huh. Well, that's pretty good.
Easy peasy.
That's pretty good. Easy.
So this was what, four? We said 4 cards. We attacked for the Kiss of Death was for 4, plus T-Tox is basically 6. That's 10. Then 11 off the stains, 15 off the leave no, 17 from the 2 damage flicking the Kiss, and then 19 off the shred.
Yep. And this is actually a very, very illustrative game because Kasai is a defensive deck. Kasai is a deck that has good armor. It can block. It has D-reacts. And it still only took 5 turns for the game to end. Now, obviously, Kasai kept her hand several times, but that's crazy.
I mean, one of those was a T-Tox turn, right? So like, it didn't matter if they kept their hand or not. We were gonna.
Oh, that's crazy.
Gonna own them.
Huh. And we didn't even play a Codex the whole game. Or a Saber.
Don't need it.
Oh, we did. Oh, we did play one Saber.
Oh, we definitely played. Yeah, there was a Saber. It was lit.
Yeah. But we didn't play any Codexes. Okay, interesting game. Would you say that is a very average illustrative game for this matchup? And
I would say that was definitely faster than it normally goes.
Okay.
I would say that's like ideal for us, where they have to take damage to set up their spoils and their Kasai turns, and we can just punish them and kill them quickly.
Right.
I would say normally the Kasai does a bit more blocking. You have to do a bit more jockeying. But the nice thing about Mario is that game we just played can happen into every single deck in the game if you just draw the good cards. And basically every card in your deck. One nice thing about Mario is that basically every card in your deck complements every power card. So, we weren't going to break on them.
Okay, we got a victor for our neutral matchup. Now, generally, if you go first into victor and you attack them, that is very risky because they could have, test of strength and all that. But going first also lets us get the get our quest done. But I feel like this is a matchup where tempo might be a little bit more important and the game might go a little longer. So I'm not sure first or second.
Yeah. So it honestly, my decision depends on whether or not I know my opponent.
Right.
And which version of Victor they're playing. So, for example, if I was playing against Damien in a tournament, I would have to imagine.
That's biased.
I would have to imagine he's playing some ridiculous fatigue deck.
Right.
And into the fatigue version, I think going first is better. Into the more aggressive versions, I do think going second is better. And I would also say that in general, the punish is, I think it's pretty close either way. Like things can go good or poorly either way. I normally just default to second.
Okay. Start with the tempo.
Because I think it's a bigger deal into those versions of the deck. For the same reason, I also default to Black Tech Whisperers, which is, I think, something that is slightly non-standard for Marionettes. But Victor plays Boulder Drop and Spinal Crush and CNC. We have a lot of 2 blocks, and so a lot of the time that 1 block is going to be pretty clean. And then unless they're the super fatigue version, they normally only have like 2 or 3 defense reactions.
Right.
So they're not going to be super able to punish our on-hit go again. Okay. Some of them have like 5 to 6, but it's normally not too many.
Okay, you did mention that
sideboarding
against Victor, you did like to side up a little bit.
Yeah, so I would play everything except the Frailty Trap and the Lair of the Spider.
Okay, because they are not going again very often unless they are going crazy with a rouse or something. Okay.
Yeah, I do actually, funny enough, I think playing Lair of the Spider is defensible, but I don't think it's necessary. I think it's fine to just not play it.
Okay, so we got 71, we got our black text, we got our other beautiful equipment. Let's go.
Yep. And we would side differently if we knew exactly what our opponent was playing. We would trim either the D-reacts or some of the extra offensive cards, depending. But honestly, all of the cards are pretty reasonable, no matter how your opponent is playing. It's better to just kind of play like this, I think.
Okay, so our opponent presented a clean 60 Crown of Dominion. Still, I mean, they pitched a rouse, so kind of leaning towards a more vanilla Victor.
It's definitely not full fatigue. We don't know yet how many D-reacts they're playing, but we know it's not like 6 Fiddler's Greens and 20 D-reacts nonsense.
Yep. Okay, so we have Savor Bloodshed, and we can pitch our Codex for the Clave, and then we can flick the Clave, and maybe end with one of these in Arsenal, is kind of what I'm looking at.
Yes, I would...
Or these could actually go together.
I would start with the Clave.
Okay.
Yeah. That's, I think, in general, if you're unsure on what to do, if you have a line that can start with the Clave for 1, it's pretty good to do so. One other nice thing with this hand is that we actually have a way to use the mark, like the extra mark, if you will.
Right.
And a lot of the times people will not block the first Clave on the draw, or when we're on the draw, rather, because we can always just flick the other Clave anyway.
Right.
But in this case, we do have kind of a punish because we can flick the extra Clave and then draw off the Saber, regardless of whether our opponent blocks out this Kiss of Death or not. Let's see if he's going to get grippy with us.
Nope, not getting grippy with us. So we can flick to draw a card. Is that what we want to do?
Hopefully we draw a Tarantula Toxin.
Oh, that would be good. We can choose the dagger we've already attacked with. And see if we're a good gamer.
Yeah, any attack react would be sweet.
We got a reaction.
There's also a spot where Here's also a spot where the Stalker Seps would be sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Here, what we could have done is we could have Stalker Sept and then just played the attack and then flicked the Kiss, which would have still triggered the Saber Bloodshed to draw.
Right.
And then we would have been able to set. So worth noting here, there's a spot where the Stalker Seps would have gotten quite a bit of value. Doesn't always happen that it ends up like this. Oh, sick.
Ooh, sweet.
So this is actually broken. That's the best thing we could have rolled into.
Yeah.
So we should get the Inertia Trap.
Yeah, Inertia Trap, because this is coming in for higher than its base. And we can arsenal
even if it wasn't
this, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of cleanly covers it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Tech plating into Bulge Drop. No floating, coming in for 8.
Once again.
Yeah.
We were once again very talented.
Because we drew Orb Weaver Spinneret on the very first turn of the game where we can use it. See, this is pretty good. Okay, so you did mention pick up the point and having retrieves for late game. Is this something that we want to maybe potentially pitch into our deck, or is this we're just playing this for a head job?
Yeah, so the nice thing about pick up the point is that the reason it's good in the late game is that you can get it back with Codex. So you don't actually have to worry about keeping them in your deck. In fact, you want the first one in your arsenal.
Okay.
The thing to note with pick up the point is you want to be careful about when you attack with it, because it is one of the few attacks in the deck that has no on-hit and does not have on-hit mark. So it's one of the attacks where we want to fit it in when our opponent's not marked, because we can unmark them.
I see. Okay. Well, either way, we're not blocking this. We're just going to play our D-Reacts.
Yep.
Ooh. Oh, we were one turn cycle off. I guess it's a card we never sink, right? It seems like we did our quest.
Yeah, I like that one too much.
Okay,
I like that one.
We're gonna keep that on top. That makes everybody sweat. Mario's like, yeah, we'll keep it on top. Like, oh god.
Yep.
All right, and this is also removing.
Here we see. Yeah, I mean, here again we see the power of Inertia Trap. It's secretly one of the best cards in the deck.
Yeah.
We see here that we're getting basically just free value and a full card out of a random flip because we rolled a 6.
So we're going to start.
So
with
here
this.
We want to start there. Yeah.
So what happens if this gets rippled? We're gonna have to figure
if
out
that gets
way.
Rippled. We just we have another play. Okay. One thing that's nice is because we have the pick up the point. Even if you ripple away us, we could just retrieve another dagger, and then we'd still be able to flick a dagger, guarantee the mark, and then be able to Mask of Deceit into the Orb Weaver if needed.
Okay.
Yeah, here we can just start with the Chelicera.
Because they are marked, so this will have go again. Okay.
Indeed. The sequence also makes it more likely that we're going to be able to end with our opponent marked, which is what we want.
Okay, so he took a damage there, unmarked himself. So now we can weave this in, and then, or we want to attack. Remember what you told me? You said you want to attack when they're not marked. Okay, got it.
Yep, and we want to end with them marked. So even though it's possible that they might not end up marked with the sequencing, it's more likely than if we, for example, attacked the clay first.
Right. So now we can push this forward and then end with this.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you could technically arsenal it if you want.
Right.
I think given that our opponent's taking some damage, we're probably gonna block, and our next turn is going to at least involve that particular power card. So I probably would actually lean towards putting this in the arsenal because the mark is going to be pretty powerful with our tunic,
and
because we're going to be able to swing.
Yeah, they don't have an arsenal right now,
exactly.
So it's like we might as well get more value.
Exactly.
Okay, so we drew a couple nice pumps. We drew these things. Okay, so it looks like
cards that block Command and Conquer.
Yep, cards that block Command and Conquer. So there's currently one aura in the arena. So this blocks for 3, and this blocks for 3, and tunic will be up.
Yep.
Very convenient.
Yep.
All very, very convenient things. So we just extracted 6 value on defense. Now we're going to extract a butt ton on offense. Oh, boy. Hopefully.
He could get grippy with us.
Yeah.
Which we'd still be able to do a bunch of, have a lot of good value for sure. But
okay, no blocks. This can only target daggers, so we have to kind of play this now. This can go on. Nope, both of these have to.
It can't go on that, but I'm.
Oh,
yeah, I'm definitely willing to hold.
Yeah. I got it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this is one of the matchups where I'm pretty keen on arsenaling that. Especially now where they don't have like a huge might stack or anything. Like we know that our opponent's not just gonna like CNCS for 10 or whatever it is.
So we got 6 value on defense, 9 value with disruption on offense, and an arsenal.
It was 10. The Chalicera is.
Oh yeah, base 2. Yeah.
The Chalicera is 2 plus 6. Yeah.
Oh boy, that's pretty good.
Yeah, so it was 10. Yeah, so 16 plus an arsenal.
Oh,
we would have gotten.
Oh, we drew these together. How lovely. Okay, so E-Strike go again. All right, kind of smelling like a E-Strike of the CNC to me. Let's see here. So, so they are currently not marked. So how do we get them marked?
Correct.
We don't have a blue, so that makes it much harder now to do anything. Is it? I guess we could mark them by getting lucky with mask. Rolling.
No. So there's no mode of mask that can mark them.
Oh, we don't have the layer, the one that marks on go again. In our
so the other thing is that I see. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. So I think here we just don't have to block this E-Strike.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice. I would say in general, if you are in a spot where you are potentially able to draw multiple cards off of Saver, I'm willing to flick, but I think I'm going to get CNC'd here. Yeah. So yeah, here we can just block with 2 of our 3 blocks and then play our hand.
Yeah. So this is blocking 6 and then attacking for 5. Sure. Why not?
Yep. Well, it's gonna end up being better than that for sure.
Yeah. Oh. Whoops. That's not a reaction. Oh, if this was an attack reaction, that'd be
Yeah. See, you know how Warrior has Sharpened Steel?
Yeah, we have to do that. Better Sharpened Steel.
You have Sharpened Steel that does 1 more, and also is Steel Blade Supremacy.
Yeah. I love Sharpened Steel and Steel Blade Supremacy together. All right, so they do grip us. Shred loses to Spinal Crush. Okay. So we have the opportunity.
One nice thing about this matchup as well. Yes. I would just play it here.
So I'm wondering, like, we can play this here, but he's already overblocking. And don't we want to combine this with like a Kiss of Death or something? So potentially
so we're basically getting 4 value out of this here, where we would pump this up to 8 on 4.
Yeah.
He's also down 2 CNCs, and even if he does CNC us, it's going to be for 6. We have our black tech up. We know we have a 3 block on top. Yep. So I think here we're incentivized to be patient.
Okay.
Victor's not really a deck that can just like not block T-Tox or play around T-Tox rather.
All right, we finally drew a Codex. Let's see if there's a line that enables Codex. So he is not marked, so it's difficult to go a little bit wider because this won't have go again. But we can pitch for this. So, So this is like a little bit of a nombo because we can't.
You say non-bow, I say it's a free 3 block.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we can block for 3 for free. Yep. Okay, so I'm kind of leaning towards attack with Hunter's Clave.
Yep.
Push it with this. If they get marked, then we can attack with it. Yeah.
We get to decide. Yeah, that's the nice thing about this deck is that honestly, I think it's also part of the reason the deck is often so challenging for people is that you don't actually, unlike almost every other Flesh and Blood deck, you don't actually know what your turn's going to look like until your opponent starts blocking.
Lucas, that's a really good point. One of the things that makes a deck hard is when you don't know exactly what you're gonna do.
Exactly. So yeah, in this situation, I would 100% do the line you were talking about, where you play the scar tissue here, because the go again on the Chelicera is
an extra
quite
value.
powerful.
Yeah.
If we didn't have the Codex in hand, I think it would be different, because we would be able to swing the Chelicera and threaten to end with our opponent marked with the scar tissue. But because we do have the Codex, we're really incentivized to get this go again. And so yeah, here we play out the Detox. It's a little sad. We don't end up getting all the value, but I think overall we played to the best average play.
Okay, he has an arsenal, so I guess we're getting lead now.
Yep.
Okay. And we'll see if we can ponder into something nice. Anything other than
these...
Schism would be good.
Yes. So yeah, I mean, here we see that our 5 cards, we blocked for 3. We swung for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, and then we set a card. So 16 value plus an arsenal and a frailty.
Yep.
Ending on a leave no witness. Pretty powerful.
There's 2 ripple aways right now. Okay.
Yep.
And a spinal.
Good to know.
All right. Oh, these all block 2.
Indeed.
Okay, well, I mean, we have a little bit of armor. We just need to cover 6 to not get crushed by this spinal crush.
Yep.
I mean, I'm kind of leaning towards... Let's see. This says dagger attack. This is not a dagger. Tunic will be up, so I mean, we could just block with these 3 cards and then just return fire with these.
That's true. There's actually, this play is really interesting. This play, this turn really demonstrates what your macro strategy is into this matchup.
Okay.
I think there's a defensible, like you could defend blocking 9. I think you could defend blocking 6 with the boots, the 3 block, and either 2 block. I think you could block 3 cards. I think given the position in the game that we're in, and we've only seen 1 4 block so far, right? We have the 1 shelter, so we should have 3 left. I would probably play a little bit more aggressively. So one thing about the Victor matchup is, even though we board up, in an ideal world, the game goes fast. Like, we want the game to go quicker. And because we don't want them to be able to resolve all of their test of strengths and test of iron grips. So in this case, I'm okay being a little bit aggressive.
Yeah. So that's very similar to the Kasai matchup, where they have to go on a longer quest than us. Our quest is done in the first chapter, whereas they have to, go on a little bit of a longer quest. Okay, so we'll just play cut from the same cloth, attack with pain on the backside, then attack with the Chelicera. Play around the...
The other nice thing about play around grip. Yep.
Okay. All right. So we can take it. Oh, we're gonna get the look at the hand. Never mind. Yeah. This is OP.
We actually get to.
Trounce, headbutt, disable, macho. So a bunch of blues and a trounce. Okay. So, I mean, we can still lead with this. It's okay.
Yep. Yeah. Unfortunately, our opponent's hand does line up pretty well. So earlier when I was mentioning how we could block 9, this is the kind of situation that would make us want to do that potentially. But I think it's okay.
All right, so they put test of strength on the bottom because it was losing and clashed again.
Yep. They drew
so
E-Strike.
Yep, they drew E-Strike. So
what's their hand now? It's E-Strike and 3
blues.
Right?
3 blues and an E-Strike. So very likely they'll...
So yeah, I would keep... Yeah, I think I would just keep our arsenal card then here.
Yep, it's not likely under threat.
I think it's fine. Yeah, I can't remember when they arsenaled the card that they arsenaled. Ideally, we probably should know whether or not that could be like a Command Conquer, but it's okay.
Damien,
we can always just block it.
I know you love hearing you were right. You did mention that high currency against Mario is very strong. I'm like, I said something stupid. I'm like, well, you know, what if they just don't tick Tunic up the rest of the game? I'm like, and you were like, they lose the game. They don't tick Tunic up. I've already seen from these 2 games, if we don't have Tunic, so many lines are shut off from us. That's crazy. All right, chunky Spinal Crush being sent at us, and presumably an E-Strike.
Whoa, hold on.
Oh.
Yeah, we went too fast.
My man just snapped no blocks first Final 411.
I was
gonna say,
I was like 3 toxins. I was like, am I dead?
sorry. I thought we were still the layer step. Okay, so we got a chunky attack for 11. Okay. All right, let's see here. So we have.
You have the best card you could possibly have in this situation.
We have the best card we could have in this situation. Really?
Examine the graveyard.
We're gonna get rid of
this handy dandy card.
Oh my! Indeed. You know what?
So,
you don't need to register 3 inertia traps when you got this. Oh no! Okay, that seems pretty good. Okay, so we need to cover 8 in order to have a turn. So that's 3.
Yeah. The thing about this hand is like it doesn't really do anything. Like we can play all of our cards, we can like throw our head jabs and stuff, but we're playing against Victor. He's already showed us he's on the trounce version, so I'm just blocking out.
Okay.
I see 11 and I can strip your arsenal. Show me that you can.
And it's stripping the E-Strike, which is really nice.
Yep.
All right, Victor, do it again.
Yeah, so this hand, even though we got Spinal Crushed and we had a 2-block in our aggro deck, our hand still blocked 11 and stripped a card that's probably just going to be like 5 free damage next turn.
And we got a third of our Tunic. And unless they drew Pummel like a good gamer, they're IP1ing. Okay, so we have our Tunic won't be up, but we have a bunch of 0 costs.
This is
I mean this looks good. I mean, this would be really good if we had Tunic up.
If we had Tunic and we weren't getting Boulder Drop, this would be sweet.
This would be really nice. This is a lot of damage. This is how you get to use your D20 in IRL games. Yep. Okay, so I guess we have to block some. Looks like we have to block 4. I mean, we can block 4 with these, I guess, would be my first thought. We could also use our helmet, but they're not marked. So my first thought is to block with these 2 and then pitch this to this.
Yeah, so one thing is we're honestly at the point where we can no longer be fatigued. It's not a real win condition anymore.
Right.
For our opponent, they've taken too much damage and they've demonstrated that they don't have enough D-reacts to cover attacks.
Right.
So pitching the T-Tux doesn't really matter. It's better, I think, to just get the 3 block on offense or on defense here. I do think that there is a universe where you could block with the Mask of Deceit. Just because it's basically saving an extra card in your hand. Right. But I don't think this turn is particularly impressive. So I think I'm okay just blocking how you're blocking right now and just saying, show me that you're going to do more than this.
If we get pummeled, we discard and put 1 back on top. And then if it's not pummeled, we get to convert this into 5 and tick our Tunic up.
Yep.
Oh, sweet.
And if it's pummel as well, it's like, it's also, he didn't tech plating. He didn't tech plating, so it could be a yellow plus pummel, but it's probably just a block card that he's IPing and then a real card to set.
Yep.
Yeah, that hand was kind of awkward because we have all pumps. I think ideally we'd block like 3 cards and just throw a 1-card hand, or maybe block 2 cards and play a slightly more efficient 2-card hand. But obviously, it does not always line up like that.
All right, trounce disable against shred. Okay, so they got a blue disable, and they won both of the clashes. Okay, so I mean, disable is the one that does attack our. Is that the one that attacks our arsenal? Yeah.
Yep.
There's one that like gives -2, but it's not that one. That's a different. Okay, so he pitched riches. Yep. All right. So Victor being a kind of annoying, setting up 5 mites as well.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So this is
Yep.
10. If we don't block 7, we lose this. All right.
Yep.
Hmm. Lucas, I already feel that this matchup is significantly harder than against Kasai. They're actually annoying us with
Yeah,
things.
the fact that you actually have to block. Yeah.
We're getting
PP.
annoyed by these things. Okay. 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 So we have. I mean, this hand looks kind of bad. I kind of want to just block with these and send this. But he still has armor
Yep.
as an
I think
issue.
so I think the other defensible line is block with all the cards except for card 1.
Okay.
And
Go
then
here
try
and
and
here.
play that with your arsenal. You get kind of owned by Iron Grip there. But the other play is basically doing nothing. Right? Like, it's Victor, it's not super important, but it could be relevant. So I think it's probably best to just throw the lead notice.
Okay. Yeah, there's a chance we run into test of strength. We're sad, but I mean, if we get one more armor,
Yeah, like
we can.
Yeah, he did bottom of strength earlier with a Victor Clash, so it's good to keep track of that stuff. For example, like if our opponent was down like all 3 Iron Grips, I'd be a lot happier to keep the Shred and then try and make that play, but I think this is fine.
Okay. All right, Tunic is back up because this is turn 9. Oh, there's test of strength. All right, Scar Tissue loses against Cranial Crush. So he'll draw the Cranial Crush, and we'll move on.
And hit us for 1,000,000.
Yeah, so lots of Might tokens now. Gonna be kind of scary here. All right, Visit currently has enough gold to fulfill the requirements. Gonna make 7 Might, draw a card. 1 card 10, pretty good. Tech Plating to make a surge.
Victor's showing us
CNC
why
for,
he is the other best bet.
Ooh.
11.
Well, our hand
We don't have
card,
that many.
We have 10 of those. All right, so currently they're not marked, which is an issue. So I kind of feel like we need to resolve this to mark them. We could use our hero abilities for the on-hit go again. So I'm kind of leaning towards Tunic, swing this, pump it with these, and then maybe end with this.
Well, we wouldn't have go again in that case.
What I thought, if this
if
he gets marked,
if you hit them, so they have to be marked when you hit. So if you mark them on hit, it will not get go again.
Oh, okay. So the only way would be to flick in reactions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a risk?
Which is if we were both 10 life lower, I would say yes. This is a really tricky hand. So one thing that I'm thinking about is we can just block 3 cards and then play the Inertia Codex. We could also start the turn by pitching the Inertia Codex to Clave, and then try and actually play out our cards. He has a pretty good quick dodge Flexor's turn if that's the case, but I think our hand actually is pretty reasonable against quick dodge Flexor's activation still. Between cards 2 and 3, I think we line up pretty okay. I would say that this hand is probably slightly good enough to keep.
Okay.
I think that I think I would probably just barely keep this hand. Although I'm feeling very scared, for sure.
Yep.
Definitely scared of a pummel. And at this point, I'd be worried about clash cards, especially because he's drawn 6 gold, or he has 6 gold rather. So it's not going to be one of those games where our opponent just doesn't actually get gold.
Right.
Unfortunately, we do have a lot of those games, but or not gold, but winning clackers rather.
All right, so you want to shove the clay forward pitching this? Is that your line?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Just make him make a decision. He's got a few different things that he can do, but none of them are great. Grip, that works.
Meat Madness loses to Thunderquick, so we need to discard a card. Probably this one is the lowest value.
Yep.
Okay. So even though we had to discard a card, he did block 4 on 1. So, you know.
Yeah, I can live with this.
Yeah. All right, so now we can just tunic and then move on with life.
Yep.
All right, poke.
I mean, move on with life. I don't know. We are about to get domed for.
Yeah, that's
billion,
true.
but...
Yeah. All right, so we can mark them. So that seems good. And then arsenal this.
Yeah, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah, one nice thing here as well is that we're going to mark him, and then we can use our hat on defense against whatever he's got going on.
Oh,
so hopefully we can just block with a bunch of cards.
We rolled into trap.
Oh well.
See, Lucas, everything's carrying over from 0 to 60 Levia. Like I keep rolling 5s and 6s.
Indeed.
I don't know what to do.
I love rolling 6s, man.
All right, so we get to banish a card. It has to be a trap, right? We cannot banish shelter.
So we can banish any card we want. If we want to play it, it has to be a trap.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You can use it to just deck it. But...
Roger.
Yeah, okay. I think we only have one trap left, so we're just going to be getting the den.
Oh, yep, you're right.
Okay. He's out of CNCs, so
he is out of CNCs. We don't have to worry about that. But we do have to worry about the second gold main estate making 8 mites. After 7
that's the third one.
The third one. Oh,
that's the third one. I think.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, back to back. Yep. Pretty good.
Yep.
Okay, so Victor has completed his quest and now is getting the benefits of this. Okay, so digging with gold, pitching. Maybe looking for a pummel or an extender like Rouse or E-Strike or something.
Hopefully he's just drawing a bunch of block cards.
Yeah, that would be nice. Oh, look, there's an extender there. 12 go again. Okay, so this seems hard. I guess we're just in, blocking and praying he bricks mode. Is that what we're doing?
So
I mean, it is vanilla damage. So
our hands
pretty good.
Broken.
Yeah.
It's
actually
good. Pretty. It's pretty broken.
It's pretty good.
we can also hat for various things that can be lit for various reasons.
Oh, yeah. We already got the benefit. We can get a second benefit. Oh.
Yeah. So I would say he's got 8 mites. We can block some this turn, but
we basically have to cheese him from 15.
We go to 14. We go to 14, and then so if we block 3, we take 9, we go to 7. He's gonna attack us again. Well, he's also out of CNC, so we can hold the den if we want. There is a part of me that thinks just going to 4 here is actually the best play.
Yeah, I kind of want to resolve my cards rather than block. Yeah. Especially when they have 2s in the corner.
It's possible. Yeah, it's possible that he's just gonna grindstone.
Yep.
So maybe it's like 1 point better to play the den here. I'm trying to think what the punishes are. I feel like if it was Spinal Crush, he would have pitched an extra blue to dig an extra card. Oh, he has a Surge up. He has a Surge up. How many Spinals has he played? Spinals, Boulder Drops. He's out of Spinals, out of CNCs, out of Disables. He has 1 Boulder Drop left, but we can... Yeah, I guess we could hat first.
Okay. So because he is marked, we get to choose which agent we want to be. I presume Black Widow is probably the strongest here.
I actually think it's This is really hard.
Yeah, this card...
I think it's actually Orb Weaver.
Okay, so is that because we are planning on opening up a slot, or?
Well, so Orb Weaver has 2 effects. It also makes your Chelicera free.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, yeah, because our tunic is not up. Ah, yes, I see.
Yeah. And then we do a bunch of stuff. So what is it? 3, 6, 10, 16, 17. Yeah, I want to play the Mark of the Black Widow at the start and then play card 2. So I think if we get... I think I would flip into Orb Weaver. I think it is defensible to flip into Black Widow and try and disrupt your opponent, though. You're getting 2 cards from their hand, and you're almost guaranteed to get them.
He just needs to keep 1 card to swing his hammer for 12.
Grindstone for 12 is still lit, though. Yeah, I would just get the Orb Weaver and try and actually really, really push the issue.
Okay, sure. Okay.
And then I would probably hold the Den for a potential Tunic plus Den block on a Boulder drop, which is basically the only disruption that he could have here.
Yep. Golden Sun.
Yep. And then this is always a possibility, but you know.
All right, so
we always have to block a card if it's Golden Sun.
Yep. So unless we give Flick Knives and go to 1 and Tunic. If we give this plus the Den, we can go to 1.
Yeah, I think giving Flick is not a winning play. Just because it's going to be pretty important to close. Let me think about this. This is really hard. I really want to play card 4 if I can on this turn.
Okay.
Can
we block with card 3 and still have a turn? It's disruption.
Okay, so he has... So the situation that we're in is that he has 8 mites, and we are going to go to 1.
Yeah. So if he doesn't die, we lose.
So what we need to do is basically take all of his cards, or
seems hard.
Get a ridiculously high value play, which we can kind of do. This is weird. Sorry. So we play
whenever a grandmaster at a hero has to think, the line is very complicated. or you have to make a decision that you don't want to make.
Yeah. I don't want to do. I want to not block.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's my conclusion.
I wanted it to be Boulder Drop. That's the decision that I wanted to make.
Whenever a super experienced player takes a while out of line, they're like, I have to do this, but I don't want to do this. Or it's like a super complex line. They know what they have to do, but they don't want to do it.
So I would say I think card 1 is the weakest card in our hand right now.
Okay.
So
This plus this go to 1?
Yeah. I think so. I think so.
All right. Let's ship it. We're in a tough position at 1. Let's see what we can do.
Still totally winnable game, though, for what it's worth. Depends on what he draws here. If he draws good, it's tricky. But yeah, so now we start with the middle card and see what happens.
No, oh no.
That is not what we wanted to happen.
All right. Okay. Well, we just have to win this clash. We just have to win the clash.
If we win the clash, I think we win the game. I think we win.
No, Codex unfortunately loses the Clash of Bravado. So sad. All right, we have to discard a card. I don't think it matters at this point.
Well, we're not dead yet. So I mean, we have to discard. No, we can't discard that because well, yes, does it? Yeah, I see what you're saying. Where it does matter.
Like we could get over his block, but and force him to lose a card, which is pretty good.
Yeah, I think that's the best play. You get to swing the Chalicer afterwards as well. Yeah, at this point, obviously, like we're quite behind. This turn is, not ideal. Yeah, I would discard that.
Okay.
And then basically at this point in the game, we require some sort of whiff from our opponent. But I think that yeah, I would play it just because I would play the T-Tox. I think getting a card from his hand in this spot, potentially keeping him off something like an E-Strike, is
pretty important.
Like basically, if I can make him start popping gold, that's the situation that I'm happy with.
Okay. See if we can get into that situation. Oh, we draw no block. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Well, okay. Well,
we have died.
We have died. We tried our best.
Indeed.
All right, good game. Good game. Okay, so
yeah,
was that a pretty typical Mario versus Victor game?
So,
like we got disrupted quite a bit in the middle of the game, and then you get back to back gold main estates.
Yeah, I think most of what matters, most of what matters from the Victor side is the order they draw their cards in. So if it goes like they draw clash cards that make gold, and then they draw riches, and then they draw all their gold main estates, and then they draw their golden suns, it's really hard.
Right.
And that's basically what happened in this game.
There was a bit of a high roll. I drew block card into gold main, block card into gold main, block card into gold main.
Yeah,
it's that's egregious.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it definitely could happen. I think I mean, for what it's worth though, I mean early on in the game though, it was going very well.
Yep.
We basically had like 2 or 3 turns in a row there where like we couldn't really block efficiently, so we were just taking like a little bit of damage and not really doing anything. And then if they're able to punish us on those turns with the clash cards and then with the gold main estates, then it's just hard. But I mean, you imagine that game if he doesn't have that last, like maybe the gold main estates are a turn later. We're pretty lit there, I think.
Okay, let's catch up a little bit on chat. There, it says, is there ever a pivot against Victor when X condition is met on Victor's side during the game? I guess like
pivoting.
I'm not sure what that question is asking. If Victor does something during the game, does that change how you play? Maybe
I think I think this person is referring to like a fatigue versus a typical Victor.
Yeah, I think so.
I would say the equipment's normally a pretty good indicator. If they're playing Crown of Dominion, they're probably not playing a full fatigue deck.
Yep.
Then D-reacts are a big thing.
Yep.
Like versions of Victor that are playing Trounces and Test of Iron Grip can't play like Sink and Shelter and Fate. So if you get to turn 2 and they play like a Shelter and a Sink below, like they're probably playing a fatigue deck.
Yep.
And otherwise, I think it's normally actually pretty clean to like figure it out early on. And actually, it's funny, you end up playing into both of them pretty similarly. But
okay.
Yeah, I think it's mostly equipment and then early D-react stuff.
Okay. Josh Lau finally playing a real warrior. Yes, Randall, we know. Reese says, wait, I know that guy. Well, yeah, of course. You should know both of us. He can Golden Sun after this. Okay, yep, that's true. All right, we got 100 viewers, which is pretty cool. All right, for the final match today, we are playing as Gravy Bones. Generally, my rule of thumb is I don't want an ally to start on the board, so I like going first.
Yeah, go first.
Okay.
This is like the most slam go first matchup you've ever played.
Yeah.
It's like it's yeah.
Yeah.
This is technically, I think it's supposed to be a bad matchup, but I've still only lost to it once in tournament, so we'll see how we can do.
Okay, so this just says this is on hit of a hero. Go again. Okay.
Yes.
So
yeah. So black tech, the The block is good, but you need the Stalker Steps. You need to be able to clear the allies.
Yeah, if they double ally, gotta clear.
Yeah, basically the only stuff that actually matters from the gravy side is Conqueror, Chum, and Sawbones. Basically nothing else matters.
Okay.
So we should be playing Death Touch.
Yep, 6.
We want to play Death Touch. We want to play Pick Up the Points. We want to play Meat Madness. We should be playing all of the 4 black D-Reacts.
Yep. I love having a D-React against the Conqueror. Very, very good thing to have.
We want Inertia Trap, Lair of the Spider, and Den of the Spider. And then I play Overcrowded in this matchup, partially because we're going a little bit up on cards, so it can help with the blue ratios, and also partially just because blues are better in this matchup because you need to be able to swing your weapons.
Okay. Got it.
And then I also play the Scar Tissues in this matchup. It's hard to mark them, so you just want to take the opportunities that you can to mark them because you're going to throw a lot of Hunter's Claves at Rigor Mortis.
Okay, got it. Okay,
and then
boarding up to 66. And
this is a matchup that definitely can go to fatigue. I have fatigued gravies. I have been fatigued by gravies in testing, and I have fatigued some in tournament, so can't come up.
Leroy Jenkins says, "What's up, guys?" Hi, Leroy. Nice to see you here. Asian Meng 054 says, "Lucas, can you talk a little bit more about the Huntsman matchup for Mario?" Well, you can give him a TLDR for now because we're about to begin the game. But
you just don't block anything that doesn't say disrupt you. You play all your cards. You hit them in the face. You keep deck damage.
Try to get.
You just kill him. Yeah. You just want to kill him. As fast as possible.
Okay. It is turn 0. There's a chance their hand blocks for 3 at the moment. We have 3 different attacks. One of them has to go again. I feel like we should just send this and maybe go from there, or maybe start with the clave.
So into gravy, especially with the list nowadays, they don't normally have like too many allies, and
it's normally about
honestly, our hand doesn't really punish the no block hands. The other problem is we can't actually play all 3 attacks. Because if we end on any of those attacks, they don't end marked. So if we're not going to play all of them, then we probably shouldn't play
any of them. Okay.
So turn 0, what we want to do? Yeah, you want to clave. And then honestly, I would overpitch.
Are we digging for something? Yeah, I was gonna ask. Should we overpitch because we're digging?
Just better cards.
Okay.
Just better cards, really. And then we flick. And then this is pretty bread and butter stuff. Mario turn 0. You want to flick. You want to get them marked. You want to roll a 3 or a 6. Be the most talented player.
Let's see if we can do that. Do we want our? I guess we want.
Block.
I think setting the 2 block plus also this is our extender or ally clear. So let's put.
Yep. Also, setting leave or keeping leave no witness in hand is good because if we draw a codex, we can discard the leave no witness to an agent and then codex it back.
Sorry, Lucas, I failed us. We're funnel web.
Okay.
We're funnel web.
Luckily, we do have manual mode.
Yep. All right. So I like to refer to Call to the Grave as Pokeball. So Chum has been Pokeballed into the graveyard.
Indeed.
All right. So we have some defense. We have some disruption, but we don't really have the resources to pay for that much. Golden Tipple, luckily, that is hooked. How annoying.
Yeah, so one thing about this matchup is we definitely want to block the hooks when we can. And we're not getting conquered this turn. Technically, we could get conquered, but honestly, if we flip and he conquers us, I'm fine with that. So this is fine. Yeah, just flip into Orb Weaver. In general, I think it's a rule of thumb that you want to use your hat for something else, but if you have to, it's absolutely fine, especially if it fixes a poor hand like this. I mean, we saw last game, we flipped into Orb Weaver in the late game, right? Like, as long as your hat is getting something of 5 value somewhere, it's great, and if it's helping you set up Chalicera along the way, even better.
Yep. Somebody's asking about why are you not playing Spreading Plague?
It's a good card. I think it's pretty good into a lot of the Guardians.
Yep.
It's just not in the deck right now. Mario has so many broken cards. You got to pick and choose.
I guess we're not blocking one because something else is coming. We're going to get another chance to attack.
Yeah, I could not care less about this one.
All right, here comes Chum onto the board and swinging for 6. All right, so
yep.
Run me through a little bit about the heuristics of Mario versus Gravy. So, as a Warrior player, if I see anything on the board, I am killing it. Is that roughly the same for Mario? Because a lot of your stuff says on hit a hero.
Yeah, so basically, you just want to kill every ally because it's just the best value to kill them. Yep. There is normally some point in the game where you no longer have to do that.
Right.
But for the first many turns, basically before you're threatening multiple cards from their hand, it's just better to not. So yeah, here I would just block with the CNC, and then we can clear the Chomity.
So we're going to equip Chalicer with the hero ability, and then because they're marked, we can push it up to a high enough number to clear this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because of the new rules change. Interestingly, before the new rules change, Stains of the Redback did not work on allies.
Because this is not a defended hero in the past.
Exactly, but now it is. It's actually a really big deal in the matchup because that card is really good at clearing Chum.
That's a huge deal. So we have a choice.
We have a bit of a decision here.
Yeah. So do we want this in our arsenal or in our graveyard?
Well, we want it in our graveyard, but it's going to get there eventually, regardless. We have a few different lines. We can arsenal one of those 2 cards, because obviously we're gonna ditch one of them, Stains the Chum, play the arsenal, do something. We could. We actually, it's kind of funny. I think almost any combination is defensible. I think you could discard the trap, play the leave no, keep the pain. You could discard the trap, play the pain, set the leave no. You could discard the leave no, play the pain, set the trap.
I feel like
I think early in the game
having a go against source in the arsenal isn't that very valuable for dealing with wide boards. But I guess having a D-reacted arsenal as well, is also nice.
Yeah, D-react's also quite good in arsenal because of Conqueror. I think early on in the game, it is higher priority to put the defense reaction in arsenal.
Okay. So, because they're marked, the order here doesn't matter. We can Chalicer into this and then...
Yeah, there's... Yeah.
Well, I guess it does, because if we attack him, he can get unmarked, and then we have to pay for this. All right.
Yeah,
and
I guess technically
it's...
it's, I guess, slightly better probably to actually pain first, because you could induce a Chum, but it doesn't matter. There's only really one way for them to end unmarked off of pain, which is to take the damage and then discard Shelter to prevent the flick. Which is a play that they can make, but is very suspicious.
This is interesting. This is glowing green. So after we've flicked it, we can attack again. Oh, huh. Okay.
Yeah, we can't throw it. Yeah. If we had the money, we could. Yeah. But
so does that come up often where you're like dagger, flick the dagger, attack with new dagger? I guess.
Well, so pain doesn't flick the dagger here. It just makes it deal a damage.
Deals the damage. Oh yeah,
but
you're right.
It does definitely come up. It does come up though, where you like swing a dagger, play another attack, flick the dagger, retrieve the dagger, and then swing the dagger. Okay. Comes up when you have like double opsticks.
All right, looks like he's gonna annoy us with a hooked golden tipple again. Indeed. Okay, so we drew a...
What's in our graveyard?
What is in our graveyard? We have
nothing.
We have nothing super relevant, right?
We don't have the hiss of that, which is what I would love to have in my arsenal right now, or in my graveyard.
Yeah, because of this card, right? So are you
Yeah.
going to prioritize blocking the tipples to deny gold, or is it just okay?
Yeah, I have absolutely no interest in letting this hero have gold.
Yeah.
So I would just ship the arsenal here.
Okay.
And then my turn is going to be something along the lines of swing my Chelicera, play card 1, play card 3. Depending on which ally he plays in this spot, we can block or use the rest of our cards in various different ways.
Okay. Yep, with the tunic coming up, we have a nice... I see so many lines are enabled by tunic and them being marked. That is...
That's why I'm saying, like, you always want to end with them marked. Right, it's a very big deal.
It's a very big deal, yep.
Especially on those turns where, like, your tunic's going to be up soon, like you were mentioning. It's enabling, and this is just basic pumps, right? This isn't even like the savers and the T-toxes where like that tunic counter can be like a really, really big deal. It can enable those like 25 damage turns.
Okay, so Sawbones is one of the few ways to prevent damage in the deck. Okay, this has 2 health. Okay, let's see.
It has 3 health.
Oh, it has 3 health. Right, because of this. Yes.
Yeah,
that is true. Okay, so how are we going to deal with this? So I guess we're going to have to send maybe Chelicera with the scar tissue into him.
Well, so if we do that, the Chelicera doesn't have go again, because it only has go again when it attacks a marked hero.
But
so
how come the other
if we
thing
want
got the
so
bonus?
Stains is tricky because Stains says if the defending hero is marked, which is different. Even though we are attacking the ally, the defending hero is still the player. Whereas for Chelicera, it has to attack the marked hero itself.
Oh my! So okay, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay, got it. Okay.
I know it's a little
that's a little convoluted there. Okay.
Indeed.
Okay. Okay. So we can't clear it that way. Okay. Let's see. How else can we clear it? Well, it.
So we actually have a lot of ways to clear it.
Yeah.
So there's 2 lines that we can take. Line 1 is we can block with card 3. We can Hunter's Clave the Sawbones, pump it up, kill it, and then Codex back CNC.
Because we have tunic and we have a blue. Right.
Yep. We could also block 6, tunic, Chelicera face, play the pump, and then Codex back a leave no witness and kill the Sawbones that way.
Okay.
I, in general, am of the opinion that when the gravy is not presenting on hits, you should be more aggressive.
Yep. So
especially early game when they don't have gold.
And the CNC
I would try and attack the arsenal.
Yeah, the CNC seems like seems like he's going to arsenal one of these cards. So the CNC seems like a better line. Okay, he's
also he's also IPing here, so it seems pretty likely that he could have a defense react. So I would much rather go kill Sawbones CNC you than 5 at your face that you can prevent with Sawbones and a D react and then kill the Sawbones.
Okay, so block for a little bit, attack, clear this, and then Codex CNC. Okay, seems reasonable.
And this is also another nice play where our opponent should end marked. Unless they don't block the CNC, which I can also live with.
Yep. All right.
Worth noting that if this were a different point, you could also potentially consider Chelicera face. Maybe if you had a death touch, you could tunic back a death touch after something like that. I think here the disruption is definitely what we want to prioritize, but it is something to consider.
Howl says, both of these guys look familiar, although one of them has significantly different hair than the last time I saw him.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Hey,
I introduced myself as short guy, short hair today on the podcast. So
you gotta
gotta get
hey,
used to it.
in the summer you gotta have less hair, so it's keep yourself cooler. That's how
exactly.
That's how the sheep do it. So they got to get their hair cut.
Well, if there's anything I am, it's a sheep.
There you go.
So
okay, so we get in a bunch of armor, and all right, covering it up. And we get to ponder into this. Is this is okay in Arsenal? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we want to banish a card? That seems good. Let's do that.
Oh yeah. You're really good at rolling these sixes, man.
Yeah, I'm very good at we figured that out last week. I was very good. Okay, so let's see. What type of trap would be relevant here? So
So
go again.
Worth noting, we actually don't have any trap that is relevant anymore. We already have our inertia trap gone. And the only other traps we have are mark traps, which are redundant. So the only thing we should be thinking about here is which one would we rather have in graveyard or under the trapdoor. And in this matchup, Lair is much more reliable than Dan.
Yeah, the go again is much more likely than. Yeah, I don't even know how they're going to attack for higher than their base. High seas and
prismatic ley line.
Yeah.
They actually have quite a few.
They have a dude that pumps up as well. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we'll
they have cheating scoundrel.
Yeah. Okay.
Here, so we should get the Lair there, but
sorry,
it's all good.
No, sorry.
Ooh, let's see if it changes our roll. Okay, sweet.
No. We just roll sixes again. We should get the Lair because we want.
We would rather have it in graveyard so that if we draw the trapdoor later, it is more reliable to mark our opponent.
I see. All right. Speaking of prismatic ley line, there we go. And pitched a. So okay.
What's he got in graveyard here?
Whew. He's got a scuba.
So he gave us
and a chowder.
He gave us armor for this play.
Yeah, sounds like a conk into.
He's gonna conquer us.
Conk into scuba.
Yeah, well, it's not actually that clean though. He can't attack with everything if it's Conqueror.
Yeah. Yeah, this costs 3 to deploy. This costs 3 to attack. So.
Yeah, so it's probably.
Conk into deploy scuba. Don't.
It could just be a D-react.
Yeah, could be.
Could just be a D-react, and he's trying to keep it. I would guess that it's probably just this into some like single attack. It could also be like CNC. He could play Chowder, swing CNC for 7.
He blocked with a CNC though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, either way, I don't think we're blocking this, so I'll just
correct.
Move on to the.
The only reason to block this. Yeah, the only reason to block this is if you were like sure it was CNC, you're guaranteeing you can play the trap.
Yeah.
But I think it's more relevant to block a hook on a scuba, which feels like a much more likely outcome of this turn.
You are so good at reading the situation. There we go. All right, so hook into scuba. He put a prismatic ley line back at the bottom of the deck. So we have 3 block from Lair, and obviously we don't want to give him any gold, so we'll send another 3 block. So we have a choice. So we don't have our tunic up, so gonna be a little bit difficult. We'll probably have to pitch one of these. He is marked, so it's having. So I guess we could go. If we play the stains, we could actually get this out of our arsenal, which I think is something we kind of want to do, right? We don't want this in our arsenal.
So we can, but we don't need to play the stains to do that, because the Chalicer is already gonna have go again.
Oh right. Yeah.
So we can just end on that.
Right, because he is.
So I would probably just block with the Incision and the Lair, block the hook out, and then our turn is just play our pumps
and see where we go from there. Okay. So
we also have handy dandy cut from the same claw.
Yep. So we do need to clear this.
That one is definitely lower priority. So
it takes a whole
that one
card
is one where that one it takes a whole card to swing, and also like it's not going to be actively just like it's
Yeah,
not owning us. Like it's a good one. It's one that we want to kill, but it's not like Sawbones or Chum, where it's like you have to kill it when it hits the field.
And that's why this is a rare,
Here
not a majestic. Okay.
Indeed. So here it's pretty safe to, I think, start with the cut from the same cloth. Look at his hand, and then we can make our decision based on what he has.
Got a Whaler and a Rigor Mortis, and then a Tip and a Jittery Bones.
Yeah. So if we want, we can clear the Scoobert.
Okay, so
we could also.
So as a warrior player, I almost never encounter a Whaler. Mainly because we can clear this pretty easily. I guess as a Mario, this is a more common card to see. What is our plan?
Yeah,
for
they mostly
this?
just play it. You just clear it actually pretty easily. It's just like a Chum. You just throw like a 3 into a 4, or you just play 2 pumps. Okay. It's mostly in the deck to beat fatigue, because that is something that Mario can do sometimes.
I see. Okay.
Interesting. So because he has a Rigor Mortis, and he has a hand that's basically priced into activating Gravy, so he's not going to get value out of the rum. He could, I guess, if he just keeps his whole hand and jitteries away the Rigor or a card on top. But I'm kind of looking at this hand, and I'm saying I want to go to the face.
Interesting.
So I think I would pitch card 2, Chelicera his face, and then see what he does from there.
Okay.
So now we give him an awkward spot where we could just pump this to 1,000,000. We could have a T-Tox. We could have a Codex. We could have a Scar Tissue. We could have all sorts of different stuff. We could just kill the Scuba afterwards. Like we could have a Leave No Witness. The other reason that we cut from the same cloth there is he could have Fearless Confrontation. I think there's a world where it's maybe slightly better to kill the Scuba and then try and keep him marked with the Scar Tissue, but I think it's unreliable, and this is not a situation where we need to play into the Fearless.
Yep.
There's some spots where you kind of just have to, but this is not one of them. Yeah, we should play the Scar Tissue.
Yep, pump it to 8. Remark him.
Yeah, he's probably going to play Blood on the Water here, but that's okay.
Nope.
Oh, no blood.
He didn't have it.
We're lit.
All right. We have the option of sending us.
Yep. Yeah, I just throw it.
Okay.
He's got blues and yellows in his hands. Technically, if the top card of his deck is red, we unmark him and don't do anything, but it's pretty low chance.
Yeah,
this is pretty likely to do something.
Yeah, if it's not blood or conks, it's pretty low chance. Yeah, very unlikely for him to give us this as well. So, pretty annoying card.
Yeah. Yep.
How busted would Mario be if they unbanned Bond's Agony? It's much better than Slippy, but yeah.
Well, I already think it's the best deck, so I don't know how much better you can get than the best deck. But
yeah, I cut you off there when you were going to say something.
Yeah. No, that's it. I think it would be better. Yeah. Yeah, I mean the idea of bonzing a Victor's Goldmane Estates away is pretty sweet. Oh yeah, this is sick.
Yeah, this sweet. I love getting quick dodge flexors at a card for my 1 attack.
Yeah.
Okay. Some nice powerful cards. I love to see powerful cards.
Me too, man.
These look. This is the gang's all here. Let's just put it that way. All right, Jittery gonna discard Rigor Mortis, so he has the resources to pay for this. He also has Dead Threads. All right, so
this is an extremely cool story.
Yep, cool story, bro. We'll take 2.
Story, bro.
And then yeah.
Now he's got to decide.
Does he want to?
He's got a lot of different stuff he can do here.
Yeah. All right, so it looks like you're going to go with Scuba, put another yellow.
Yeah. So, interesting that he's exposing the Rigor Mortis, which is pretty sweet for us here. Because we have a pretty clean way to kill it.
Yep.
Oh, what we do not have a clean way of doing is blocking this. So
Yeah. Okay, so I guess we're just going to
also
Chelicera poke the rigor mortis, but
no. So remember that the Chelicera does
yeah.
not have go again. So we're just gonna.
When this attacks, oh right,
send...
yeah. Okay, so stains works nicely. Chelicera doesn't. Okay, yep. Okay.
Yep.
We're gonna start with this to see what is in his hand. I guess this is the first thing, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we're gonna send 8,000 into space.
And we have the blue, because our Tunica isn't up. The blue pays for these. Okay. Last ditch effort.
Man, that hand doesn't block shit.
Yeah, it doesn't
Kill him.
block.
Kill him.
All right, so we can savor bloodshed as well. So I love drawing cards.
Yes, you can.
Yep.
Yeah, I would also just play that here.
Not get greedy.
There's
with,
not like a clean way.
Okay.
Yeah. There's if we drew exactly a stealth attack off the top, it would be fine. But it's also opening it up to get blocked if he like gravies into a better card. So we go Chelicera face.
So
and then we're gonna have 2 floating. Go ahead.
Is there a reason why we're not claving face? Is it because
we're gonna clave the so we're gonna clave the rigor mortis
right
afterwards.
If we do it in the reverse way,
so you're saying clave face and then do it the other way?
Yeah. Does that change anything?
That way. It's kind of close.
What is the difference? I don't even see the difference.
If you do it that way, yeah. So the difference is that I guess in this case it doesn't really matter.
Well, this says
it's in general different with
right?
flicks.
Well, we're overkilling this if we do that.
So we're because we still have that card in our hands, it would be kind of awkward to do it that way.
Yeah.
There is maybe like a line where if you could have like blocked it that last turn and then done it this way. Mm-hmm. The other thing is this way you get the extra damage on the Chelicera here. You don't end with it marked, but you're getting the extra value now. I think in general, when you have yet to see your opponent's hand, he could have D-reacts, he could have cards that block, so I want to make the saver as big as possible.
Ooh, this is a nice thing to have.
Well, that changes things. Well, now we get to clave his face.
Yeah. We could.
See, this is interesting.
Yeah.
So we have 2 lines here, right? This is actually very interesting. So we know his hand is last-ditch effort, riches, and remembrance.
Yep.
We know his arsenal is not a defense reaction.
Currently only coming in for 1, but 1 is enough generally.
Yeah, so that's we can clave the face and then kill the rigor mortis, or we can clave the rigor mortis and set a 2-block. I think claving the face is better here. It was face up. If he wanted to block with the last ditch effort, he would have already done it.
Yep.
So I think we clave face.
So
we threatened to have him marked.
Yep.
We ask him another question.
Yep, him being remarked is pretty important.
Yep. We're gonna have Tunic up next turn, so it's scary for him to take this for sure.
Right.
And if we're taking a card, then obviously we're thrilled. Especially given that he already decided he did not want to block with the cards in his hand.
Right.
Not that he could block with almost anything.
Okay. So last ditch effort going to block the clave, sure. And then we can poke the rigor mortis with the overcrowded. Saber bloodshed is ridiculous. Saber bloodshed is cleave. They might. I will be super sad as a Fang player, but you know, the very first card that got banned that I felt the impact of, Lucas. It was a long time ago. There was a card called Plunder Run, and I played.
Wait, here, can I guess? Oh, of course you did.
It was Plunder Run and Bolted. Plunder Run and Bolted, and I was the one using it in a fair way.
People don't know, man.
I was using it in a fair way, and it got
people
banned.
Don't know, man.
Yeah, people don't know.
Dude, I feel you. I was a Katsu player.
Yeah, exactly. Katsu and Bolton used it fairly, and the others used it brokenly. That's why I got banned.
Indeed.
Yep. All right, so we got a Scuba with a hook activation coming at us. after getting more gold with
This
riches.
is why we play the 4-block.
Yep, seems good.
Yep.
Okay, so we can just block with this. I presume we don't need this, so we can ship this to the bottom. Look for more offensive power.
Yeah, we're gonna clay face, so it's pretty likely that he'll be marked. So I would spot him. We want broken cards. For what it's worth, I think that counts as broken card in a lot of context. But like, for example, if our turn was going to be medium and not mark him, that card is a lot better because it's a pretty consistent way to mark our opponent without having to lose very much value.
All right, so our tunic is up. We could send this and then set this in arsenal. Is that a decent land? Or
sounds amazing.
Okay. All right. Using tunic to pay for CNC, so I vaguely remember is good from the Azuri episode.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, and the other thing that we get here is even though our tunic's not up, we can't brick because we're setting that card. Although we could, in theory, get Conqueror. If the life totals were a little bit lower, there's a universe where I think you could actually just play that card and then boots pretty aggressively to get it. But I think here we should be a bit patient. It's basically impossible for him to Conqueror and ally and block the CNC, which is what we would be scared of.
Yep. And we got to conquer
this
on
is
the combat
Conqueror,
chain.
which was
Sweet. Okay, so gravy activation put rigor mortis into the graveyard. So there is an ally that can be played alongside Chowder. All right, so I think we're pretty happy with that. Maybe we'll draw a T-Tox to go with this beautiful card. Let's see if we're good at the game. No, but this looks...
And we flipped Orb Weaver too.
This looks very functional. Yeah, Orb Weaver has the second line of text, right? Or the second mode where this costs 0. So seems good.
Yep.
I think
that's really good.
I think our flips have been pretty good tonight. Pretty good. We've been getting what we wanted generally.
They've definitely been good. Yeah. They're normally pretty good. There's not too many bad modes, and even the quote unquote bad ones are like pretty easy to make use of. Like here, you think the bad ones are normally like Redback, Tarantula, Funnel Web, but those would honestly all be pretty reasonable here.
Yeah,
based on how he's been playing this game.
All right, here comes the big ass boat.
Okay, so it is a Conqueror.
Yeah. We currently have 2 armor, but okay, so boat does make gold, but he already has a bunch of gold, so an ally has not entered the graveyard.
Yeah, we definitely want to.
So he.
Yeah, we definitely want to block this.
Yeah. So I think this is going to be a.
I would love
gold break if there's a blue to swing the scuba.
Yeah, it feels pretty likely.
Yeah. So blocking 8 would require. These are 2 blocks. These are 3 blocks. So it'd require these 2 plus. It would require Shred or Weaver, and then one of these. Because we're Orb Weaver, if we can keep this card, we can actually have a turn. Okay, I guess like this, and then we might actually have to block. Yep. Well, this is coming in for 4 on hit, make it gold, because he's probably going to hook it.
Yeah. We'll always end up playing that one way or another.
Yeah. Oh, he already used his compass last turn, so
he's got a red.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so he's gonna.
Like he could have had a red.
No, I used my compass this turn.
Oh,
and I know what I'm marshaling.
Yeah, he just saw something that wasn't blue.
So okay, I see. All right, well, cut from the same cloth seems pretty good. Back alley break line, CNC murderous rabble call to the grave.
Here, hold on. Where we?
Oh, actually, we actually have multiple.
Really.
There's
we
more
don't
than
really
one
want
line.
to play into the CNC here. Yeah. I think at this point in the game, we do not want to play into this CNC. We want to. What we're looking to do at this point is take advantage of the small life lead we have. He has a lot of gold. He has a lot of allies.
Yep.
So at this point, we want the game to be over pretty quickly. And so I would kiss of death him here, and then we're probably just going to cash in our boots for 3 value this turn.
Yeah, this card alongside Stalker Steps seems like one of the best like little 2-card mini combos you can get, because then you're guaranteed to
it basically just means that it basically just means that your Stalker Steps can always convert pretty well.
How else?
It's worth noting here that we could also start with the Chalicer at face.
Yep.
And then just play the kiss. So the Stalker Steps is only really getting like 2 extra points, but I think at this point in the game, it actually is what we want to do.
How else can we give this go again? Is it Stains and
Stains? Also just Mario hero ability. So if you're Mario and they're marked on hit, it gets go again.
Yep. As a warrior, this always seems to have go again, and I'm like, yeah. All right. Well, okay. So there was a blood in the water from the arsenal. Discarding a card. Looks like nope. Gonna cover this up nicely.
No, he's just gonna chum next turn.
Yep. All right. Poke for 1. Oh, no. Yeah, I realized it before. I was like, hold on, I'm missing something. This should be more than just 1. Click, click. 2 extra damage there, 1 extra damage. Okay. All right, and now we're getting into the life range where, like, if he doesn't send something annoying, we could our 4-card hand could start demanding cards every turn. So, because at 13 life, definitely in range of getting killed. All right. This hand is not one of those hands, though. All right. Pokeball from Damien. Grabbing Chum. Dead Threads out Chum. I miss Plunderkatsu, man. There should just be, a rule. It's like the community will vote whether or not you get to play Plunder Run. Sage voting should
unfortunately,
be Plunder Run voting.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. So unfortunately, we drew like
a very, very mid hand.
One of the only hands that can't clear Chum, but we do get to kill his hook here, which is not nothing. Interesting. So we're basically always blocking with card 1 and another card. And then we're just going to probably throw card 4 at his face. I think we're at that point in the game where, like, he has a Murderous Rabble set. Like, we just want to be aggressive. Then the question is, do we want to set card 1 or 2? So what's in his graveyard right now?
I'm going to lean towards this one.
Have we seen? You definitely would rather set that one.
2-2.
It just depends on if it's feasible. Okay, so I'm gonna say this. If we set card 2 and he draws Conqueror, I believe we lose.
Yeah.
If we set card 1 and he draws Conqueror, I believe we can win.
Are we behind currently?
That's
such that we need to take the risk.
Question.
Yeah. So we can't clear the Chum.
The other thing. Yeah. Well, the other upside is that if we set card 2. Because if we look at our graveyard, we have not drawn almost any power cards.
Yeah, no Codex, no T-Tox, no. We drew a Saber.
So, and all of our power cards are better with each other, but he does have a Chum in play, which makes me feel like we're probably gonna have to posture defensively-ish for at least one more turn. I would lean towards this play, but I would be very sad about it when I made it. Because I really do want to set the Kiss of Death.
I see. All right.
But the other reason that it's a little bit more okay is that because we're going to have Tunic up our next attacking turn, it's not like we're going to brick on all reds. We'll have an outlet to play. And also, because he's playing CNC, it's also pretty likely that he's playing the Cheating Scoundrel version. So I would guess that card 1 has a relatively high likelihood of being live at this point.
I see. Okay. All right. Looks like we got the dead threads for the leave no witnesses. Sounds about reasonable. Oh. Oh.
This is why
Oh.
sometimes. Yeah.
Oh.
This is
wow.
why sometimes it's a bit sad. But you know.
Oh no.
It's okay. I mean, this hand's still.
Yeah, I mean, it's still
really
with tunic. Yeah, it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So Leyline coming down. Rabble for 9. I mean, sure. Let's see what else is coming.
Okay.
We could mark it as well.
Yeah, I would just play it now.
Yeah.
I think it's like yeah. There's like a universe where he gets greedy and he like pitches a yellow to try and draw a blue, and then he does draw a blue and he like sets a card, he doesn't attack again. It's just we're never blocking in any on hits or anything.
Yeah. All right, Riches makes a gold, plays out Rigor Mortis. Never mind, plays out Scuba. Oh no, Scuba was already there. Never mind. He's thinking.
Yeah, he's got some different lines here.
Yeah. Looks like gonna pitch Riches to crack a gold.
Yep. Get Chowda.
Gets Chowda out, which will gain him life over the course of the game. And then sends Chum at us. Okay, so taunting can be quite annoying, but we don't have to play anything pre-combat, which is interesting. We can't get taunted if we just straight up go face. Okay. I mean,
well, yeah.
Is this line pretty straightforward? You just use the tunic to play these, and then
this? So remember, tunic does mean that he can activate Chum.
Oh yeah! Oh no! Oh no! Uh-oh.
So
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you know how I know that so well?
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I'm gonna tunic V, and they're like, hold on, you can tunic, you cannot be yet. I'm like, oh no, oh no, no tunic V. Okay, so I mean, pretty decent chance he draws a
yeah. So now we make a separate calculation. Yeah. So this turn was obviously pretty bad for us. This is probably the worst case scenario.
Yeah, getting overwhelmed here by the board.
So we have a few lines depending on how bad we think it is.
Yeah.
If we think it's really bad, we can just say
pretty bad.
We can just say, screw you, man.
You're not gonna draw an ally.
You're not gonna draw an ally.
Yeah.
Which is possible.
Yeah.
The only other line we really have is blocking with a card, and then just still activating Tunic, and then we're just clearing the Chum. And then we're at 14 to his also 14 because of the Chowder. He's gaining life every turn. We're taking... So I actually just disrespect. I'm honestly, at this point, like, we're so far behind.
Even though this is not going to have a on hit. It's just...
Yeah. So we're basically, at this point, in the game against Gravy, like he's done the thing. He drew his cards in the good order. We just need his deck to, one way or another,
to not cooperate. All right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Which
is pretty likely to do. Like, if he draws a bunch of allies or no allies, we're kind of okay. But
all right, he's gonna gain a life with the Chatter. All right. Tunic, any responses?
No, be cool. Actually, Tunic, swing Chalisra. No response window.
I have super Tunic.
Don't even worry about it, man.
Oh no! Oh, he discarded Swabby. Okay. Oh no.
Unlucky.
Okay, so.
Well, that's okay.
So how do we clear this in an effective way? We have to use 2 of these.
In an effective way? I don't know.
There's no effective way here.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's we.
This does not have go again if we attack this.
Correct. So we just send that there.
Okay,
well,
yeah. We don't want to pitch.
We don't have a turn.
Yeah,
We don't have a turn no matter what happens.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just double pump.
Yeah. Pump. I now see why people were like, this card needs to be banned. All the Marlin players and Mario players were complaining about this. And as a Dorinthia player, I'm like, what's the problem, guys? Just poke it with your doublet. Okay.
Yeah, it's quite good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
They also don't. Yeah,
Mhm.
they don't always line up. We should set not that one.
We should set the card that synergizes more with our deck. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
We also just rolled into that one.
Ooh. Okay.
Which is
that is very convenient. That is very convenient. Avasti giving go again to a pirate ally attack seems very good when this costs nothing to attack with. All right, so we got rigor mortis probably into chowder, or well, I guess he has resources. Maybe it's more. Let's see. Yeah, looks like it's gonna be 6 into 3. Maybe set this card. Yeah. Okay. Or it could be if he wants to pitch this card, could gain life. Okay, let's see here.
Yeah, we are definitely, again, at the point in the game where we're very far behind, so we need to think, what are the ways that our opponent's deck can fail him, and how do we win the game if that happens? So we cannot clear allies anymore. The only one we can maybe, like, there's a universe where we could consider clearing Chum Rigor Mortis on this turn and waiting for a brick. So can we hover over his graveyard one more time? So he still has a Conqueror. He could still have a Leyline. If he's playing the version with Cheating Scoundrel, he could have all of those. He's seen one Avasti. He has more. We probably could be paying better attention to the cards he's been pitching the last couple turns, but okay, he's seen 2 calls. So his deck is still reasonable enough at converting offensively.
Yep.
So I think it makes more sense to try and take advantage of his lack of defense with this hand. We can try and not block it all and keep the entire hand. Discard card 3, go in, and then get really good value out of card 4 and be cool about it. And then we can play card 1 and then try and juice with card 2. I personally,
he's going to be at 15 life after this potentially.
Yeah, basically 16, right? Because he's going to gain another life next turn.
Yep.
So
twice. Yep.
Yeah, it seems very difficult for me to see a way. This is hard. Yeah, this game's pretty rough at this point.
Yeah.
The powder makes it really hard.
This was the hard matchup that you were selecting and talking about.
We're also having the same. We're having the same problem we had against the Victor a little bit.
Drawing cards in the wrong order, and they're drawing cards in the correct order. So do we want to be offensive here, or do we want to? Because it seems like their deck is still in a relatively healthy, balanced state. So unlikely for them to draw brick.
Yeah, we can just block 6 and then try and block on the next attack. Not rigor mortis. Leave no witness the chowder, and then just hope that he has an offensive brick.
With 4 gold,
although it's worth noting, if he doesn't. If he doesn't have an offensive brick, we're just dead. Like any go again, basically, is just game over.
Yep.
If we take it and we do this line, it's not great, but I think it opens us up to be able to theoretically win the game, depending on how he navigates this. So I unfortunately think the winning line is to not block.
All right.
And then
time to
depending
go,
on depending on depending on whether he because he has a few different things he could do, right? He could pitch his card, he could arsenal his card, he could swing Swabby. Looks like it's gonna be Swabby.
No, he broke gold and then gonna gain. No. Okay, just gonna swing this.
Okay,
Interesting.
so
this is a card he wants to
it's
arsenal.
not a blue card. Yeah, it's not a blue.
It's probably blood in the water.
It seems likely. Which makes me less inclined to keep the second card. We could also try and discard that card and set card 3 and try and have that be like our win condition. Although I'm of the opinion that it probably makes... Yeah, it's probably more likely that we draw Codex next turn, and that's actually our victory condition, than it is that we actually get to tunic that. So
yep, we currently have 1 Codex flipped over from a Sunken Treasure. Still have 2 more in the deck.
Yeah. I would say if it's Blood on the Water, the game has ended. So I would keep card 2.
Okay.
Obviously, at this point, we're playing like literally as aggressively as a human being feasibly could, but
there's logic and reasoning
the only way
behind being aggressive. All right, so we're going to start off with Callisto face and kind of go from there.
So yeah, we should Orb Weaver first.
Oh yeah, this is not
just the pump.
Yeah, this is an instant, but it says the next attack, so we have to do this now.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Yes. So did you wanted to get rid of the
no go card? Again attack to weave? Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think we're basically at the point where like our opponent can make mistakes and lose the game. Not necessarily that will happen here, but you could definitely envision the ways that this hand could punish certain ways that the opponent could play.
Yep.
Like if he doesn't block enough, he could just die. Wink.
Wink, wink.
Yeah, all this super secret information with this person who is in the same Discord call. Yeah, you just play one of them, and yeah, just play one. He'll play his D-React.
Discard Scuba, so this is a 6 block. Now we can get full value out of this.
Yep, play the other one. I would play the Shred as well.
Not combining it with this? Oh, because he has no arsenal now. Yep.
Yeah, I would just play it now to guarantee the thing. And then
interestingly enough, this is technically lethal because of Flick Knives, so he actually has to block.
Well, he has Chowder.
Oh yeah, he does. Oh no.
Yeah, Chowder is so broken.
I never see this ally ever.
Well, it's really good in this matchup if you can put it in play after I already have to go face. So like if you draw a Chum and I can't clear it, and then you play Chowder, it's like which obviously is what happens in this game.
Just go
face.
I
would just go face, whatever.
We gotta
try. 4 allies. He's gonna draw 4 more. Yeah,
dude, I'm gonna be real.
At this point in the game,
if I didn't have to blood in the water, I'm dead. My hand blocks for 2.
See? You're so close. Actually, here, this is a learning moment. That actually means that we made a mistake. That actually means that we made a mistake.
Really?
We should have kept both T-Toxes.
Interesting.
I think in retrospect that actually makes a lot of sense. So we should flick here. But we could have kept both T-Toxes, right? We could have been max super giga ultra greedy. And been like, screw you, man. You're gonna play your stupid D-React, and then I'm gonna own you. Like that is a win condition.
Back alley.
So Lucas, this is where the warriors and the assassins join forces, and we break the rules of the game and we shunt an ally for lethal here. But
the game's not over.
Yeah, it is not.
The game's not over.
He has not.
I actually think we're now we're slightly ahead at this point.
Yeah, so this doesn't have go.
So we're gonna block 6. He's gonna swing Scuba. We're gonna block with a card in our tunic. We're gonna kill the Chowder, and then if his hand converts, he's gonna kill us. If it doesn't, we're gonna flick him and kill him next turn.
Interesting. Very interesting.
I have a Chowder.
He does have a Chowder, so
yeah, we're gonna kill the Chowder.
Yeah, we're about to kill the Chowder.
Oh, sure. So you'll go to 2, and then we need a little bit more work, I guess. That's fair.
All right, so we're basically blocking with all these cards, and then we're keeping one of these to clear.
Yeah. I would just keep one of them and kill the Chowder, I think. Yeah.
This says when it hits a hero, so that's not valid. When this hits a marked hero, also not valid. Okay. Okay. Block, block.
I wonder if it was ever actually defensible to keep both of the T-Toxins.
Yeah, that's actually a very interesting place.
I wonder if that's like actually a real line.
Yeah.
My instinct said just like fire it off, but I guess in retrospect, we probably could have done the math on like, what if he had blood in the water and 3 allies and only 1 blocking card?
Yep.
Like that actually is a win condition. Like we would have won the game, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Good learning moment.
Good learning moment.
Did he just play another? Man, you can't do that. You can't do that.
You can't
play another challenge.
Gotta live.
No, legendary rule. Legendary rule.
I activated Gravy and drew another ally. I was like, wait, that's crazy.
Oh, no.
Dude, you can't do that. That's cheating. Oh, man.
Legendary rule. Get rid of one of these. All right, we'll clear one of them at least. All right. One of them needs to go away. Oh, not that one. This one.
Yeah. If we had seen the chowder, maybe we could have kept a saver and just try to have some like huge turn, but we're out of T-Toxes. I think this game is unfortunately long over at this point.
Oh, he has a rum as well. Oh no. Oh no. Oh
yeah,
no.
Rum is GG.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we can block 6.
Yeah.
This works. You know? We kill the chowder, we Arsenal. We live to fight another day.
Yeah, we do. We're actually getting into the second half of our deck now. Oh, no.
No, he saw the line.
Oh,
he saw the line.
Oh, no.
Unlucky.
That's
all right. Well, I don't know how you guys do it.
Yeah.
You are welcome to continue playing for as long as you want, but as the master, quote unquote, I give you my permission to concede.
Okay. Yeah, we will just not block then. All right, GG. Okay, yeah, that was an interesting game there. Seems that matchup, all 3 matchups today actually seemed very, very different.
Dude, there were 4 allies in that hand, bro. Well, there were 3 allies in the top of my deck. And I was like, sweat.
Yeah. Lucas was like, if he blocks, if he doesn't block, he can die, because we wanted him to block.
Yeah, the wing.
Okay, good fun.
That's cute. Oh.
Yeah, really interesting.
I think that was actually just a misplay. I think if he no blocks, he basically has to have a D-react.
Yeah.
Because otherwise he could just get pumped and die. Right. So he probably interesting.
Yeah, that
interesting.
Yeah, that's a super interesting line. Okay. All right, let's go back over here. All right, so I'm gonna start a poll in chat. Did Josh pass 0 to 60 Mario? Now, I personally don't think so, because I did not really. There's so many lines I just could not see that you saw, and
you seemed overwhelmed by.
I was very overwhelmed by like some of the mechanics.
There are 3-card hands that can play out 9 different ways. It's so crazy.
Yeah, it's not red Blade Runner, a blue, and Blade Flurry for sure. But I was very good at rolling, the right agents. So with that,
you were great at hitting trapdoor. I was getting tilted.
All right, so Lucas, what did you think of today?
Yeah, I would say you passed. I think you passed. I think
good enough
that
for being an
average Well, so here, I think the average Marionette player also gets overwhelmed by those lines. I get overwhelmed by those lines. Like, that's the thing about Marionette is like, it's a challenging hero, not just because it's like there's a learning curve to knowing all this stuff, but there's just so many moving parts. Like every line that you plan out is, I'm going to take these 4 or 5 different actions, and different sequencing one way or another is going to change the whole turn. So you have to plan out like the whole line. You don't get to just say, okay, I'm always blocking with this card. I'm always playing this card. These cards can either block or attack. Like that's just not how the deck works. So I would say that if I was grading you like on a scale, like I was grading you next to your peers, I would definitely say you passed.
Okay. Looks like chat is completely split 50-50. All right, so we're gonna have to go to Damien. Damien, what do you think of my marionette.
I think you passed because the two weapon thing, you had some experience in it. It carries over even though it doesn't look like it. I think you did fine. You see the lines that are pretty good, although you think about swinging your stick instead of playing a Kiss of Death.
Yeah,
that does irritate me. But other than that, you seem to do pretty fine. There's so many lines in the deck. Even I take the wrong ones sometimes.
Right.
It's so brutal.
All right, okay, all right. So I guess this is a miraculous pass in the advanced tier for
This is the first pass in the. Of course, it would be a warrior you pass on.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. So yeah, okay. All right. Okay. Seems great. All right, Lucas. As we kind of wrap up here, you have any like shout outs or social media plugs and all that for all the lovely people at home?
Yeah. Indeed, yeah. So check me and my friends out at the Rantaways podcast. The YouTube channel name, I think, is still Runaways Podcast. I have no idea what's up with that. I don't know who those guys are, but you should check us out. We drop videos every week. You can find me on Twitter at Achilles2032. I don't post too often, but if you need to reach out for me for any coaching or anything like that, you got any questions, I'm always happy to answer those. But otherwise, I mean, thank you guys for having me on. This is a lot of fun. I'm glad I had this opportunity.
Yeah. I guess Thursday is going to be a very, very big day, so I'm looking forward to the next podcast where you maybe discuss where the hero goes based on the BNR. So that's
speaking of Thursday.
Yes.
Speaking of Thursday, we might, depending on how rough the changes are, we might have an emergency stream.
There might be an emergency stream. Occasionally we do that. Just looking forward to the rest of the week. So Nathan will be streaming tomorrow. We might have an emergency stream on Thursday. We also have a draft camp on Saturday. So a bunch of the guys and the local guys are coming down to my house, and we're gonna draft 4 times in preparation for US Nats. Now, unfortunately, I am not qualified for US Nats because snowstorms in Mario apparently gate kept me out of Nats. So I'll be in the calling at Nats. So we'll see how that goes. So that should be good fun. Then we also will have a show match with Blue Pitch the weekend after. So lots and lots of content here on the channel. So yeah. I guess, Josh, are you going to make a video on the new attack queue? Kind of 50-50 on that, because I feel like that is something that will come more in Mastery Pack Guardian or Mastery Pack Warrior, but, definitely could do that. If people want that. All right. Okay, I guess we're going to wrap things up. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye.
See ya.